Watch that booty go.
Let's do this.
Watch that booty go. Watch that booty go. Watch that booty go.
Now, whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
This is really cool.
About Xbox.
I'm so excited. Feel this in the house.
What's up, grinders? We're not starting with sirens, we're starting with beer. Oh yeah, pour one out for the Xbox. 20 years. We're here at the Gaming Grindhouse. I want to thank everybody for coming on down. And we got a show for you. As you can see, a special exclusive 20-year anniversary grinds board here at the Gaming Grindhouse. But first, we need to welcome our VIPs who will be using Bootleg Joel's Harry Craig 2.0. It's Grind Time and Herman Holt Splits. Here they are, Gaming Grindhouse VIP Lounge. Thank you again to all the VIP grinders. Eddie T, David Howe, Naruko, No Cap, Brian M, Tex-Mex Morty, True Witty, 4-Star General, and Dad of War. Thank you very much to the VIP grinders out there. It was a crazy day. Hit that like button, share this out. It will be wild. And if you would like to become a VIP grinder, please hit the join button. Or if you would like to join the Grindhouse, hit the subscribe button. But like and share this out. It's going to be wild. Soundboard 20 years. We got a roast for you. And I would like to welcome my co-host, Frogs Dope Gaming. How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling. I'm living life, loving it, man. Today was a great day.
Yeah, awesome, man. And then we
Awesome
also
day.
have Social Destruct. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, good, man. Thanks for having me on, man. I look forward to 20 years. Look forward to
20
talking about
years. And we might have some other
Xbox
guests.
history.
Oh, yeah. What was that? You had to increase your. Can you hear him? I'm going to increase your volume a little bit. What'd you say?
I look forward to looking back in history.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I got. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk some history right now. Everybody, let's know how the audio sounds. Yeah. So we, just to describe, we got the VIP Grindhouse. No additions this time. We do have, the refrigerator in the back. I think there might be shoes coming in the background there. But Herman Holt's doing his splits. And yeah, so we got 20 years. It's gonna be a trip down memory lane. They got the games now. Oh man, the grinders are wild. They're going crazy. But so without further ado, I think it's all gonna merge the topics about what we have been playing. You know, when playing Call of Duty with Social, I've been playing Battlefield. Check out those streams, man. It has been a blast. I can't wait for Friday. I got 1 hour left on my my trial that I've been using because I didn't buy the Ultimate Edition in Battlefield, but man, I'm loving Battlefield. Call of Duty, Frogs and I have been playing all night. That's been wild too,
Oh
man.
my gosh, wild times.
Dude, Call of Duty,
Yeah.
I love them both. And then
I'm
today,
enjoying it.
yeah, Call of Duty's been wild. It's so fast. It's awesome. And I think they
Yes.
complement each other. And then we're slap dab in the middle. A surprise was Halo Infinite, and I streamed that earlier today. And stay tuned, grinders, to after the show. I'll be starting up another stream, and we'll be streaming again in the Grindhouse and, get some more late night gaming. Now get Frog on because I couldn't get, I don't know if anybody else wanted to join in, but we're going to
Yeah, I
get
jumped in with you earlier. I
Yeah,
don't know
you
if you
did,
all
but I
there.
couldn't get your audio on. So it's just, it sucked. So like we'll do one more time because I want to, play it again while, in my game time
Yeah,
because I was kind of doing
we'll
it.
talk about it. a
We'll
little
talk
bit. I
about
know.
it. Yes.
I got some minor gripes. It's not really with the game. It's more or less the players. Some
Interesting.
with the game, but more the players.
Well, as you can see, let's just do our Grinds Board intro for our special Grinds Board, and let me get that going right after I do this. And here we go. So, as you can see, we got the chat right there going rock. I just want to make sure that's good. That's good. I'm glad I got the Discord bubbles above the guy's head roasting. I like that. I'm glad that worked out. The three of us in that room with the heads over the thing. So, the Grinds Board is Xbox centric tonight, man. We are going to trip down memory lane. And what I like to do is start with my guest, and then I'll do my memory thing. First, we'll go with Frogs. Why don't you give us some Xbox memories over the 20 years, like when you jumped on with Xbox, how you went through each generation, any generations you skipped, and what was your best memories of those generations?
Yeah, so I'll do a real quick breakdown. Day one, when it launched, I didn't get it day one because at the time I remember Xbox coming out. Sad to say, When I remember Xbox coming out, I was deployed overseas into Korea, and 9/11 happened shortly after. No, I'm sorry, shortly before. And so I'm sorry, after. I remember Xbox and I remember GameCube, if I'm not mistaken, came out around the same time.
Yes, they did.
And I had a PS2 and I was deployed to Korea. And being deployed is hard to get stuff. And I remember going into PX and seeing this big plastic shell with a system called Xbox, with this game called NFL Fever, with another game. I think it was Blood Wake. There was
Oh
three
yeah, oh
games.
yeah.
There were three games, two controllers, a memory card in the system, and it was $500 and something for this thing. And I was like, oh man, I'm not getting that. I'm just gonna get a GameCube. And I got a GameCube, and I remember coming back from the States. And I knew we were getting deployed because of what happened with 9/11. And I'll never forget getting an Xbox eventually, sometime within that year before I deployed, and just uh, I guess you could say the fondest memories are, I guess, the first couple of games, the Fever and their Inside Drive and Brute Force and Blood Wake. But
Oh, Bruce Boss. Oh man.
what really captivated me with Xbox was when Xbox Live, they were announcing it, and everybody was like, because I think at the time, everybody was so calm. There was PlayStation, had their thing, but you had to buy this network adapter.
Yeah.
And I remember they were like, oh, this is Ethernet only. You got to have high speed data, and at the time it was really expensive. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this, and if not, I'll just go back to my dial up at the time because that's what everybody had. And I went to Ethernet, and I remember when Xbox Live came out, I was there at the store. It was back in the time, I think it was called Funko Land. It wasn't GameStop. It's
Mm-hmm.
called Funko Land. And I bought the box, and I bought, like, they had a couple of games that had the Xbox Live logo on there. And I got home with this headset and I plugged this thing in. And I tell you, my first experience talking to somebody over in the UK, Australia, over in another country, and just talking to my friends and just jumping on these games and just being able to play and watching the commercial Dark Master. It's what started me to really enjoy online gaming, and from that time, I never looked back. I went from OG Xbox directly in the 360 era, uh, and then the Xbox Live got even bigger and better with the 360. It refined itself. They started bringing games like, outside of Halo. They started bringing the Gears franchises out, the Project Gotham. A lot of people forgot about, before Forza, Project Gotham was the game you wanted to play. And if it
Yes.
wasn't Gran Turismo, you played Project Gotham Racing. And Project Gotham was amazing. This is like before the big days of the internet. This is like still kind of like dial-up was kind of more or less the standard, and Ethernet wasn't really taking off as big. But it started to pick up steam, and everybody said it's gonna go cheaper, and it started getting cheaper and cheaper. Um, Going from the I've owned every Xbox, as far as Xbox OG to 360 to Xbox One, and now I am officially an owner of an Xbox Series X. It will be here on
Ooh.
Thursday. Shout out to Kids Move for making my dreams come true. It
Oh
wasn't a
my
Halo
goodness. You don't
Xbox.
hear that often. The
Yeah,
making
shout out
my
to Kids
dreams
Move.
come true.
Yeah. Uh, but I've owned a lot of different model Xboxes. I remember I owned the OG Halo one, see-through green. I've owned on the Xbox 360. I owned the first Halo 3, orange and green, which is still to me the best Xbox they've ever released. I love that color. I own the Call of Duty Xbox on the 360. I've been through, and this is positive and negative. I've been through 10 Red Rings. The Red
10
Ring
Red
is
Wings. Oh man, that's your body count?
yes, 10 Red Rings. I got a Red Ring with you remember when
I
Xbox
think that's how it
360
should
first
go.
came
Your
out?
body count. 10 Red Rings. Jeez.
My body count with 360 is 10. But I remember when the 360 came out, there was a green box and a white box, right? And I remember I just came back from deployment, and a buddy of mine worked at a game store in North Carolina called Rhino, and they basically became GameStop. And he said, "Dude, I'm so happy you're back. You made it back. You're alive." He said, "I held you one." He said, "So when you come up here," he said, "what I'm gonna need you to do is," he said, "I'm gonna need you to do me a favor. I can't buy one because we only have a certain amount." He said, "But if you buy me mine, I'll sit yours in the back. You just give me all the money, and you just go around the back of the store, and I'll give you yours." So basically, I bought two of them, basically. And he hooked me up, and well, it was no shady stuff other than one of the customers didn't get one because I bought two. But it was no shady crap. I didn't have to wait in line. We were real good friends.
But this is your OG Xbox. So what'd you play first?
No, this is the 360 era.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you got your 360 down. Did you get the core or did you get the?
I got the white box with the drive.
The platinum on the front, the shiny one with the hard drive, right?
Yes, because if I'm not mistaken, the core was green. It didn't have a hard drive and it was a wired controller.
Exactly.
I got the white one with the hard drive and the wireless controller. And so I felt like
Red Ring.
I felt like I was on top of the world getting the system. I bought every launch game and I freaking went home. I had the same original, to this day, I have the same original Xbox name, but I gave that account to my daughter. It was Mystic Frog.
Oh.
And I eventually created a new account because my daughter played on my account a lot. So I created a new account, which is Frog's Dreams, and then now it's Frog and Pepper. But the 360 days, man, those dude, I freaking blew through freaking King Kong. I blew through.
Oh my God,
Cameo,
King Kong! Oh my goodness.
Cameo, Project Gotham Racing 3, dude. There were so many great exclusives at launch. I'm not gonna lie, the 360, I thought I would never jump to another console because my PlayStation system was my RPG system, but at the end of that 360 life, or I would say probably within the last 5 years, I switched to PlayStation 3 because of Red Rings. I kept getting them, and I bought, I had a fat PS3. They came out with a slim one. I traded my fat PS3 in, not realizing like it was worth a lot of money. I should have kept it. It was the one that played everything with the little door in the front. You flip open and had some weird slots. Got my slim PS3.
I'm putting the poll up, Frog. I'm putting the poll up. What was your Red Ring body count? So let's see what everybody has.
Got my slim PS3. Played it until the Xbox One, PS4 generation. I bought both the consoles day one because you remember I was a diehard Xbox guy from the OG original. Like I left Nintendo behind and was like, Xbox is my primary console because Nintendo wasn't doing it for me anymore. You know what I'm saying? And went to the Xbox One generation, and I think that was a decline. But I would say in the 20 years, they've given me some great experiences. They've given me some great friends. A lot of my friends that are on PlayStation now are still my Xbox. They were my Xbox One buddies. So they're still the same guys. They just switched systems. But
I forgot to put none. Sorry, Frog. I forgot to put none on there. Everybody's like, "Where's the no option?" I'm like, "Every head."
See who's alive.
Wait a second. Okay, wait. I should put it for the live. No, I'm dude. I didn't put none on there because I want to see what grinders in the chat. You got to say you had
who's
none.
Who's gonna lie?
Toolman says no red rings. Wait, we got Toolman says no red rings.
Hey, Toolman, if you say none, I need to know your age. I need to know your age.
Frog doesn't want gamer tags. He wants your age. Oh, damn.
No, you know why? Because there's some people I realize they say I've not had none, but they're really young, and the Xbox they had wasn't like the OG Red Ring of Death one. It was like that new model with the Dude, when I got an Xbox, it didn't even have an HDMI port on the back. I didn't even know what HDMI was.
And then we got. So wait, and then we got, and then some. Who are you?
Who are you?
I got his sound clip.
Who are you?
Zero red rings. Both of his 360s had broken Ethernet ports. Huh.
I want to know if your Xbox and red
Game Night says he says no red ring for me because I owned a PS3.
I want to know in that 360 generation if your Xbox red ringed on you. I want to know if it had the HDMI port on the back because if it did, that was a different Xbox. That OG Xbox, it came with component cables, and that bitch.
Wait, let me ask Social. So what's your history? First off, what is your Xbox 360 body count? What's up, Jemiah? How you doing? What's up, your body count? Just Wait says he's 43 years old, Frog. He's around us, so like he.
Okay, yeah. So
Just Wait had zero red rings. All right, good job, Red. How many Xboxes did you own? Just Wait. I got none. PS3s, dude. This is hilarious. Again, Social. Would you have? What was your history with Xbox and did you have any red rings with the 360?
I've lost count how many times I had the red ring.
Oh, damn.
I can't even tell you the number of times.
Holy crap.
I had so many of them, but man, I was an Xbox gamer before PlayStation. Like the first time I ever saw Halo, the Halo Combat Evolved, seen that at GameStop in the kiosk. And I walked by, I saw it, I was like, what the hell is that? I was amazed by. I was like the textures in the game, just everything about it. That's what got me to buy an Xbox. Was seeing Halo for the first time, and actually playing it and seeing it, and there was nothing like it at the time. That's what got me started with Xbox. The 360 period.
Yeah,
I love that period too. That was same for ours. My best Xbox period. I love that period of time. The
Yes.
when they went to the whole Xbox One and then Connect. That's where I got.
Well, they do connect at the end of the at the end of the thing. At the end of the yeah.
That's when I got disconnected from Xbox.
Oh, okay. So Connect chased you away.
That chased me away. You never going to use it as a cable box or use it as an all device type. That didn't. I don't know. I just skipped that. I did get an Xbox One X. I did enjoy that.
Cool.
The series I do not have. So
all right.
I don't even,
so how many? So you said you had too many to count red rings. I'm gonna ask the grind as a question. And you guys in the panel, do you remember this video that I'm showing right now? It might be delayed for you guys on the panel, but do you remember where this was from? Grinders, you remember? This is memory lane here. Obviously, you know what generation it's from, but do you remember where it was and where this video was? You see it yet? Grinders, you know? Why I fix my poll? What the hell?
That's going back in time.
Yeah, it is going back in time.
Oh.
Oh, the blaze. So do you remember this? All right. So I'm going to tell you. So this video was the welcome video on your 360. So when you booted up your 360, the hard drive came with a video on it. And this was the video that was on it. It's not Major Nelson, no. But it was the video of the welcome video for like when you started this thing up, your hard drive already had a thing on. Let me see if I could get the audio. It was very.
Is this for the 360?
Yes.
Or there.
Okay.
No, sir.
Oh my
Correct.
God! This brings back
It's the
so many
Marketplace
memories.
Blade. Once you download an
That
arcade game
freaking
from
earpiece.
Marketplace, you'll
I
find
had
it
one of those.
handily filed under the.
I had one of those.
We all had one of those. No, I had the Halo one. I had the Call of Duty one that went wireless, and then we all had that friggin' McDonald's headset. It came with the console, and you plug it into the controller. These blades were friggin' awesome, man.
Revolutionary.
Oh man,
those blades,
the
man.
blade interface on the UI.
Yep.
Look at that UI. Damn, that brings back a lot of memories.
Look at that.
And then the whole thing about playing online, man. Look at this. He's hooked up a Zune. He's plugging a Zune into the USB in the front. Oh, look at this. USB in the front of the console.
I remember these blades, man.
Dude, it was simple, straight to the point.
He's plugging in a Zune. Man. Washes his hands.
Wow. Hey, I just noticed they were wearing gloves back then.
There you go, man. This was such a cool wait, is he playing
I had
music?
the Zune, it was green, like the Master Chief Zune.
That's
the one I had.
Dude, they had such a unique approach, like really like strange. That Xbox, that 360, man, that was a weird stuff. You remember that, C Nation? Yeah, man, that was the welcome video. But yeah,
I'll tell you what, it made so much sense, man. Like when that system came out, like they basically, I can honestly say, revolutionized what online gaming was.
Yeah,
you know.
So wow, we got a lot of
from
people.
the OG Xbox to the 360. It was amazing.
Dude, we have a lot of people that about 50% so far of the grinders out of 23 votes had 1 or maybe 0. So that's like a 1 or 0. Wow, very few red rings. I think they went to PS. Maybe they did like Frog where they had.
They probably went to they went to PS3s probably.
So let me. So what I did. So let me get to. So for Xbox, I remember for my memory of Xbox is basically, I was more of a Nintendo person. I had a PlayStation. I never had a PlayStation 2. I loved Nintendo. I loved what the Super NES, and then I loved the N64 was like got me through college, man, with all the crazy parties we used to do. Mario Party, Mario Tennis, WCW versus NWO, WrestleMania. man, a Perfect Dark, like GoldenEye, like those we would just have like college parties of just playing this stuff. Then, when it came out, I looked and I was gonna get an Xbox because they were hyping, wrestling with Raw. Remember, Raw was exclusive, WWF Raw.
I remember
Yeah.
that because PlayStation had SmackDown.
Wow.
Yes, they were SmackDown.
That's why,
Yes.
right?
So and it looked really good and stuff like that. I was like, oh my god, Raw.
Yes.
Then, so what happened to me? I remember watching E3 when both the GameCube and the Xbox were announced. And the Xbox actually was having issues with booting up. Like there was a lot of on-stage issues and stuff like that. And everybody's like, well, it's coming and it's buggy and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going with the short thing. I'm going with a GameCube. I had a PS2 for a little bit, but not a long time because I primarily played on the GameCube and on Xbox.
Yep,
I hate greatness. Yes, I hate greatness. I know I missed a lot. I actually bought a PS2 for GTA. And
there you go.
And
That's
that was
why I got
about it. And that was the only time I owned it. But I only owned it for about a month or so, and then I just went right back to Xbox because it didn't have the I was so used to the Xbox Live and playing online and stuff, and I just felt that. And also, too, the Xbox did look better. The PS2 was very the graphics were definitely rougher. It was cleaner on Xbox OG than the PlayStation 2. So it was hard to go back to the PlayStation 2 because I went from GameCube to the Xbox. And the reason why is because I was playing GameCube. So hear this, right? So I was playing the GameCube. After I got the N64, I went with GameCube. I didn't get Xbox at launch. I'm telling you. So this is what happened. So then I went to I went to EB Games or Funko Land, right? And and I went in there and I was buying games for GameCube. And I was buying stuff. I played Eternal Darkness. I played, I was playing Luigi's Mansion. And then after a while, I was just like, looking. I'm like, well, what other games are coming out here? Like, what other games? And the guy's like, there's this game like this. And I bought it. And I went in the car. And then I looked at the box. And I was just like, Nintendo's not growing up with me.
Yeah.
I bought Disney Sports Soccer. I graduated college. I'm in graduate school, and I'm like, they're like, oh, it's a great soccer game, but like you needed friends to play, fun with friends, and I'm just like, I'm like this. I'm like, I'm too old. I'm a grown man. I'm getting grown. Like I can't be playing Disney Sports Soccer by like this is boring. And then I worked at Circuit City at the time, and my friends were like, I would hear him yell, I go, yo, I'll see you tonight online, and I'm like, whoa, what are you talking about? He goes, hey. We're playing Unreal Tournament. I was like, oh, on PC, right? Yeah. He goes, no, on Xbox. I'm like, what do you mean on Xbox? And then I watched that video that I just showed before with like Darkmaster and stuff. I was watching. I was like, wait a second, what do you mean? Darkmaster. He goes, yeah, we're playing Ghost Recon. We play every night. Me and the store manager. We play on Xbox. I'm like, wait a second. So then I looked into it. I got my parents to get Comcast, the high-speed internet, and then I was just like. I bought the Xbox Live Starter Kit, and I played, like, GT Moto against some people in Australia. And remember, the EA games weren't online. So then I wound up playing all the NHL, the 2K games were online. And I was playing hockey against people, and I was hearing people chat, and I'm like, holy crap, this is like a college party every night. Like, you don't have to have... Like, I would buy games for when I had friends over to play, to have the library ready for multiplayer when they come over. That was like what I did. So like I would buy the games going, oh, this will be a good 4-player game. So when my friends come over, we'll play it. But like everybody's like went away. They went to different schools and stuff. So like after college, everybody went everywhere. So like it wasn't like college night anymore. Nobody would just come walking in and say, what are you playing? And so basically it was like I didn't have to leave my couch. And basically I was like playing online and I never looked back. And then they did all the XFL. They did the football game, like the NFL Fever, and they had their games, sports games online. And then it just kept bullying from there. And the PlayStation I never got interested in because it really didn't have the online. It had for Final Fantasy. They tried the hard drive. They had SOCOM. But I was just, I was in Xbox Live with the high-speed internet, and I was just playing that. And I never looked back. And then Halo 2, that launch, man, I used to hang out at the game, at I used to hang out at the GameStop, right? The Bada Bing Club, I called it. Because I used to just hang out with the guys there. Like,
everybody did. Back in the day when it was good.
Dude, when it was good, right? Yeah. The bada bing. I'll go get my car oil change over at Pep Boys. I'll walk across the street at GameStop and just chill and hang out with the guys. And we'll just be talking and stuff. So then he gives me a call and he goes, yo, you want to come up you want to pick up Halo 2? I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, I could give it to you now. He goes, don't tell anybody. So I got it the morning of its the previous release.
Oh my god!
There was lines out the door for Halo 2. I didn't have to wait on them, man. I got it in the morning, and I was playing Halo 2, and I remember all like I had to watch out because like people were like, "What are you playing this game and stuff like that?" I thought I was gonna get banned and all this other stuff. And
like early release.
Yeah, right, like an early release, and I was playing Halo 2, and oh my god,
it felt amazing.
It felt amazing. Then Halo 3 came out, man. And Gears of War, when I got that, I got the steel bookcase, and that was another one. I would get these things earlier in the day. I wouldn't have to go to the midnight launch. Then the guys they got fired and stuff, like not fired, but who knows, maybe they did. But basically they left, and then I started going to midnight launches, and I got my Halo 3 helmet because I wanted all the cinematics from the previous Halos, and I got the Halo 3 helmet, and it was awesome. And then even with the Xbox One, I liked the games they showed. I liked Rise looked awesome. Like Rise, and I beta tested Kinect. That was another thing. They sent me a Kinect to beta test it for over 6 months. And
beta tested the Kinect?
Yeah, beta tested the Kinect. So they sent this to me, and I was using Kinect before anybody else for like 6 months or the year prior, like January until it released in the fall. So I had it for a whole year. And they're like, you can't tell anybody, blah, blah, blah. So I played, I had Kinect. They were sending me Kinect, not Kinect Sports, Kinect Adventures. I was getting those games. They were sending them to me. I was playing out different modes, and it got better over time. And then eventually they told me in October, they're like, now you could like let people know that you have it and invite them over and play it and stuff like that. Like your NDA is up. I was never involved. I just signed up for it and I got it. And then they go, as a thank you, you could keep it. And I was like, holy.
Let me ask you a question,
dude,
Jess.
It was crazy.
I got a quick question. I mean to cut your story off.
Yeah.
Did you have with your OG Xboxes? I meant to ask this. Did you have with your OG Xbox, your original? Did you get the little adapter that you plug in so you could do
the wireless
the DVDs?
One?
No, the DVD.
Oh, the DVD,
remote
yeah, the thing in the
adapter.
front. Oh yeah,
Did you get that? Okay, I was about to say.
I bought all the accessories, man. I bought that. I got the HD DVD drive for the 360 when there was the battle between Blu-ray and that, and bought all those. And I thought they were great because you would get the front and the like you'll get the HDVD on some combos, and you'll get the DVD on the other. But I got that. I have a whole bunch of movies. I threw them away. Basically for the HD DVDs because it's done. But I bought that. I had that thing. I had all the Xbox 360 wheel and pedals. That was a great force feedback wheel. It was like $100, and it was pretty cheap for the cost of a wheel. They had their own accessories. What else? Oh my god! Remember Seen It? I had Seen It with all the buzzer in there. Everybody, dude, everybody had a buzzer, and I got the Seen It games. Rock Band, forget about it. I had all the I was more of a Rock Band person than Guitar Hero. And Guitar Hero aligned itself more with PlayStation, but I was all Rock Band. Because that was fun.
I did the same thing you did. I did Rock Band on PlayStation, Guitar Hero on Xbox.
Yeah. And then Rock Band. I did Rock Band on Xbox and Guitar Heroes on PlayStation. Like that, that was the thing. But I did Rock Band on Xbox. And then what else did I do? I had the so like the other stuff. So I beta test Kinect. I was able to do that, and I liked the Kinect. I liked where it was going to go with it. I thought it was pretty awesome. And then eventually I was getting Phil Ness before Phil, dude. Yeah, they were sending me free care packages. Yeah, exactly. But they were doing Kinect. They had Gears 1, 2, and 3, Halo 3, Halo ODST, Halo Reach. Like, dude, they were delivering. They were getting all the Call of Duty maps before everybody else. They had the Rock Band musics. They had like they made sure they got the partnerships and all this other stuff, and they were delivering. And again, the PlayStation games, they have Final Fantasy coming to it, and I was like, oh my god, they're just bringing over some of the stuff. Like they were doing a great job during that 360 era. Now my body count for Red Rings was let me think, 1, 2. I had 3 Red Rings, but I also had 2 failed power supplies. On that one. But let me tell you about my first Red Ring, because that was the most memorable one. All right, Tex Morty. They call me the Yellow Chair Crew. I existed. Yes, exactly. That's why it takes one to know one, Grinders. It takes one to know one. Hit that friggin' like button. God damn it. So let me tell you about my first Red Ring, right? Got my 360. I bought all the launch games for the 360. I bought all the Perfect Dark. I bought Quake. What was it? Call of Duty. Remember Call of Duty online didn't work for like 6 months. Call of Duty. Remember that the 360 Call of Duty 2 didn't
I
online
remember
never
that.
worked.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. So I played the campaign.
When it did, that's all I played.
It's right? It took forever. It was like took months for it to work. Like it was not ready. And so then you know what, with a traditional lineup, like a traditional, you have your lineup of games, and then I bought Cameo, Perfect Dark. Then right when Elder Scrolls comes out. Oh, I played tons of soccer, of the FIFA game, like World Cup. It was World Cup year. And then I played NBA. Oh my God, 2K looked incredible. Oh my God. I remember at the time, I was like, oh my God, 2K looks incredible. Remember they had the cloth textures and the sweat? That was like a big thing. I didn't buy King Kong.
No,
I bought King Kong later.
You know what? I don't know if you guys feel like this, but I remember the first game that I saw on the Xbox 360 that made me just say it was mind blowing. It was that first Fight Night, that demo.
Oh,
that blew my mind.
Frog, that was the January of the Xbox 360. So now remember, there was a whole year before they'll call that game soccer. Yeah, I don't know. That World Cup game was like a bootleg in between of the real FIFAs. But yeah, that January demo was. Yo, the grinder. Malesko says that the smoke grenade in Call of Duty 2 it lagged the server out. Dude, the smoke grenade was like so intense, it would lag stuff. It's called football. That's right, the Almighty. I apologize. Us, in the States, we call it the soccer. But yeah, oh my God, that smoke grenade. I remember how dense that smoke was. It was like so awesome. And then Fight Night, right? So they showed that in January, right, Frog? And then, what was I say? So then what happened is that right when Oblivion came out, I was playing NBA and all of a sudden it froze. And I remembered, I made sure my thing was well ventilated because everybody was talking about these red ring of deaths. And all of a sudden it froze. I turned it off. I turned it back on and the blinking 3 lights. Dude, it was like my heart dropped. I was like, oh.
Oh, shattered.
It was demoralizing. It was like a kick in the nuts from Xbox themselves.
Right.
I was
you couldn't do anything about it.
Nothing. You felt exposed.
Bullshit.
You were just like, oh my God, like this is the worst feeling in the world. And I'm like, oh no, I gotta send this away.
You talking about your Red Ring?
Yes, the first one, because it happened in March, right when Oblivion was gonna release, and they just showed, and Fight Night demo was there, and I'm like right when the first wave goes away, like right when the first wave goes away after your launch games, then you have your spring, which obviously if you grown up with the Xbox 360, with the Xbox Series X, you don't know this, but traditionally a console will have a launch lineup, but then in the spring, even the Xbox One had it with Titanfall. So think about like Oblivion comes out, right? And then you're just like right before it comes out, and I remember I called up 1-800 for my Xbox. And the number still exists today. And I'm like, holy gee. I'm like, what do I do? They go, sir, did you try rebooting it? I'm like, yes. They go, well, we'll send you a box. You gotta wait for a box. I'm like, you gotta send me a box. Yep, and you'll put your console in the box and you'll send it back to us. I'm like, well, how long is it gonna be? And they go, we're looking at about 2 weeks or so. I'm like, wait a second, 2 weeks to get it back? They're like, no, about 2 weeks for us to get it from you and look at it. And then maybe a week then to send it out to you. And I'm like, you're talking about almost a month. I'm not going to have the brand new console that I just bought 3 months ago? They go, I'm sorry. I'm like, can you send me anything? Like one in advance or something like that? No. So I was out without an Xbox for a month after the thing launched 3 months prior. Oh, I was just like, I was devastated. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, I gotta go buy another one.
You don't know the pain that people go through with that red ring. My last straw with the Red Ring was in 2008. So it was 3 years into the console's life when GTA 4 came out. and it Red Ring my console. That's when I decided to switch to PlayStation, and Xbox became my secondary console for everything else. But unfortunately, a lot of my friends were playing Call of Duty and everything, so I would buy it here, and then when they get their Red Ring, they eventually would switch over to PS3. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man, that first 3 years was rough.
Yes.
I actually, my buddy that worked at the game store, when I bought my third console in Red Ring, we almost got into a physical fist fight in the store because he thought I was doing something to the console. He was like, I can't believe these consoles keep feeling like this. No,
he must be eating on them. Oh, he blamed it on you? Oh, no.
He thought I was, and this is before the days of the big internet, the Facebooks and all that. And he thought I was doing something. We almost got into an actual fist fight because he told me, "Don't bring any more back in here because I'm not giving you a freaking another one."
Oh,
and I said, "Dude,
well, that's where they came up with the warranty, right? They came up with that warranty thing now.
Yes.
It's like,
well, they knew they were done if they didn't do it. That console would have, if they didn't do something, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. If they didn't do something, they had no choice.
Oh my god, dude! I just remember being without it for right early in the launch, and then my thing was I had to go buy another one. I can't be without it. And I went and I bought. Now they weren't like how it is now, where you can't find them. But I went out and bought another one, and then and somebody said that's how they got 80 million. Yeah, exactly. Because and it was not a box, it was a coffin. Thank you, Buck. It was a coffin. They sent you the coffin, and then you sent it away, and then they'll send you like a free month of Xbox Live Gold, like in the box, like when you get it. That was my Red Ring story. But then the other thing I wanted to say, people keep in the chat bring it up. I want to know who we're gonna end this poll. It looks like we have people from all over. Majority wins of 1 or none, I guess, but only had people 1, and then they were just done with that. And then we had 4 or less. So not as excessive as Frog, but there was 19% that said about Frogs. We're going to put another poll up for the grinders here, and we're going to ask, oh man, here we go. You have, oh man, let's see. We're still down memory lane here. Here comes another question. Get ready. Did you have an Xbox Live VIP card?
Oh, yeah.
Did it say like Twinkle Frog? Or what was your name again?
Mine was Mystic Frog.
Mystic Frog. So you had a card that said Mystic Frog on it.
Yes.
All right.
That was
I gotta
amazing.
Social, did you have one?
Yeah, I had one.
Yes.
5. Yeah, I had one.
I'm gonna show everybody.
Somebody said I was licking the ports. No, I was.
Where is this thing?
Somebody said I was looking the ports. That's how I was red ringing my console. No,
I
wasn't
my God,
doing
that,
Look at It made a top 10 of my favorite games for the whole era.
Right.
I'm like, I had to make.
Here it is.
Oh my God!
I gotta get this thing. You're looking the ports.
It's the same thing, Frogger, with me. It's just how they had their community with Xbox Live when you first tried it for the very first time. It's like their community and the party chat and how
I was sold.
Communicating online with the gaming community where it was much different than what we had before, where everything dial up and you didn't have broadband, there was no high speed internet at all, and
and I was like Jez in a lot of ways. Like PS2 was my RPG system because they took a lot of RPGs from Nintendo. So PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, it was like RPGs, and then they had a lot of exclusives that you couldn't get anywhere else, like the Devil May Cries, and they were just games you could not play anywhere but on the PlayStation, so you had to have it. Omnimusha. Xbox was my console, basically. The OG Xbox was like, I'm like, this is my mature console. I'm playing online and GameCube was like, it became I ain't gonna lie, I bought everything exclusive on GameCube unless it looked better on Xbox than I would buy there. I didn't buy anything on PS2 except for like RPGs and things that were really totally exclusive. But like if a game came like Blood Rain, if that came to all these systems,
Blood Rain, yep.
then I would either buy it on GameCube or Xbox. When Splinter Cell came out, I bought it on Xbox.
Well, Splinter Cell was associated with that, yeah.
Because it was associated with it. Most of the Tom Clancy games, Rainbow Six, all that stuff, I purchased on Xbox. And I really stuck with like Tekken and the Street Fighter game, all that stuff that was on PlayStation that they got from Nintendo. To this day, I still stick with most of that stuff that was exclusive on PlayStation. Tekken to me is a PlayStation game. Resident Evil is a PlayStation game. Devil May Cry is a PlayStation. I know these are multiplats now, but back in the day, PlayStation had the market, and I would say probably 75% of the games were exclusive to them. Yep, there's that card.
There it is. Well, we have a majority. Nobody had this.
I had it.
So I'm going to tell you a quick story about this thing. Ready? So with this card, you were able to run around. It would have your gamer tag on it. It was tied to the passport. If you remember, these are the things that would give you discounts at like restaurants and things like that. I used mine for Quiznos. It would be 10% off of a sandwich. And I would walk into Quiznos and show this thing, and the guy would be like, what the hell is this? Like, it was translucent in the middle and stuff.
Yes.
And I'm like, they told me that this gives me 10% off my sandwiches here at Quiznos. The guy would take 10% off because I showed this card, man. This thing, it looks silly. People are like laughing at this thing.
Yep.
Text message Morty says the con is just waiting there like bootleg Joel for Jez to come challenge him. Oh, they're talking about me finishing some game. Dad, just wait. Yo, this thing, so you walk around like a badass. I walk around like a badass going, I get my Quiznos 10% off, bitch. Where my Quiznos? I'll be like, give me this. I'm like,
awesome.
Now, whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
and there was a Quiznos that just opened up. Did you guys use it at all, like for discounts?
I used it a couple of times, but then it kind of sat there. I'm not gonna lie, most of the time, because like these are still the days of you didn't really use a debit card or anything like that. You just put money out the ATM and bought things. So I very rarely used it. It's like 10% off donuts.
That card let me into.
Wait, self-destruct. What did you say? Would you ask me a question? Self-destruct.
Yeah, I was seeing, did you create your own music playlist? On the
Yes.
Yes.
On the OG Xbox. Yes. I had my own playlist. The only games that didn't work on were Tecmo games. Anything like Dead or Alive. Till this day, Tecmo does not let you play music over their games. Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive, you can't play your own music list. But yes, I had my music list for Project Gotham. Phil Spencer must be at my door.
I think it was MotoGP where the motorcycle was.
Yes.
Or where you can put your own music in that. Yeah, bro.
Yes, the playlist was important.
Do you see the grinders about this card? They're hilarious. Yeah. Oh my god!
And I don't know if you felt like this back in the day with the OG Xbox. You really didn't know how much memory you had because it said blocks. It didn't say gigs or anything. It just said blocks. And I put so much music on that thing. I was like, man, how much space is this thing? Because I never ran out of space. Never ran out of space in my OG Xbox.
The grind doesn't get tricky with this card. I gotta take it down. Just Wait says that card lets you into Phil's champagne room, so it can give you lap dances.
Oh, that's the Glory Hole Lounge card.
Oh, somebody already said that. Text message Morty says that card got you 10% off at the rooftop Glory Hole. Extra glory. There's extra glory with that card. Oh shit! Pause.
Glory with a diamond on it. Frogs Jams. Hey man, dude. that OG Xbox, man. I used to sit there and play.
Putting all the music on it. Oh my god!
What the heck was that RPG called? Now I always wanted them to do a remake or a reboot of it. It was called. It was a guy with a big ass head and a sword, and it was like a third.
Was what you're trying to think?
It was Xbox, the OG Xbox. It was an RPG, and it was an action RPG, kind of like a Zelda, kind of before Fable. It was an action RPG. Not Skies of the Arcade, because I had that on GameCube. It was called it was exclusive only on Xbox, and the characters are really like anime cartoon characters, and it was a Japanese studio, if I'm not mistaken, that made it. I'm trying to think of the name. I'm gonna look it up and I'll get back to y'all.
Extra filling, dude. Extra filling. Oh my goodness. Dude, hey, I don't know. We're talking about, one thing I wanted to talk about that was on here. Did you see that oh my God. This is now we're getting into the roast part now. This is the good stuff. But let me tell you. So the other thing is, one thing, any good Xbox One launches? I know we're talking about the 360, the Xbox. Any good Xbox One or the Series X launch?
You have me right. Con men, thieves.
Got
This
it.
is not worth
Suikoden.
it.
Silence? Oh my goodness.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so
Suikoden.
Xbox,
That game was amazing. Suikoden. Oh, that game was so
Suikoden.
freaking amazing. Yes,
Blue
remember
Eye-
that game?
Oh, that's such a good game.
They really advertised the hell out of that game when it came up. I don't know if you can put it up on the screen. Hold on, let me see.
Suikoden.
I gotta give my top 10 just real quick.
All right, give your
Oh,
top
go
10.
ahead.
I gotta give my top 10 games. I have to.
Jazz, I'm gonna send
Yeah,
it to
do
you
your
on your
top 10
phone.
games. Then we're gonna go into the other stuff.
Fusion Frenzy is my number 10. I
Ooh.
love Fusion
Yeah,
Frenzy,
Fusion
man.
Frenzy
I
was
played
good.
that.
Okay.
Like, man, Outlaw Golf. I don't know if you remember
Oh,
that.
I remember
Oh,
Outlaw Golf.
yes.
Yes.
Many hours in that
yes.
game, man. Many hours. Max Payne is a number 8 for the bullet time. I love
Okay.
man. And then Jet Set Radio Future for the trick system they had in that
Oh,
game.
hell yes.
And then my next one is KOTOR.
Wow.
When you
KOTOR's
played
very
that game, you felt like you were playing a movie that never came out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like a
Yep.
lost, forgotten Star Wars movie that never came out when you played that game. That's my number 6. My number 5 is Gears of War, the first one, because of the cover
first one.
system that they had. There was
Mhm.
nothing like
Yeah.
it at the time. Fable, Ninja
Okay.
Gaiden Black, because of the fighting
Yeah.
mechanics, and Forza Motorsport is number 2, the original one, because of all the customization in it. That was
Man, you
Yes.
my
way
top 10 is kind of different than yours, and it's so funny.
and number 1 is
my-
Halo.
Yeah. And this is no particular order. Just 10 games I really just couldn't get enough of. It was Jade Empire, Knights of the Old Republic, the original Fable, Suikoden. I kept playing it. Let's see. It was a game called Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. I couldn't stop playing that game. That was back in the day when EA actually made really decent games. Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. I was super infatuated with that game. Deus Ex: Invisible Wars. Couldn't stop playing it. Kingdom Under Fire. I don't know how many people remember that. That was just there was a game. This game to me was just like the epitome of like I guess it was RTS. It was called Gladius. I freaking couldn't get enough of that game. And then obviously Halos. Those are like the 10 like I played the most. There were other ones I played, but everybody played like a little bit of Bloodwake, a little bit of Blanks. But I think that
Bloodwake, man.
that OG Xbox
Man, Outlaw
to
Golf,
me.
how many hours I spent
Man.
on that game, bro? On Outlaw Golf, man.
Did
So
you
many
ever
hours.
play
There's
on
the
the OG
original
Xbox?
OG
Did
Xbox.
you ever play? I had both of those. Did you ever play a game called it was a golf game called Links?
Yeah, Link's Golf. Man, I play tons,
Oh
man.
my gosh, I played the hell out of
My
that
manager
game.
would play that game all the time. Like, my
Yes.
God, we would play that thing online all the time. Enslaved? Oh, that was
I
a good
played
one,
the hell
too.
out of it.
You just made the
The
list.
Slave was a 360 game. I beat it both on the 360 and the PS3. That's a game I wish they'd bring back also as far as like a sequel.
Thank you, Jaguar32X, for becoming a VIP grinder.
Wow, look at these
He
pamphlets. They don't even do
he
books
says
anymore.
Lost Odyssey for sure. You're right, man. Lost Odyssey
Good
for
game.
sure, Jaguar.
Game.
Yes. Thank you for re-upping. Thank you, Jaguar32. Yep. He said 2 months. Thank you. Lost Odyssey was incredible. I went back and played it when they made it backwards compatible. I went on board it again because I traded it in.
I know a game I meant to mention. I meant to mention this because it was obviously Ninja Gaiden, right? But there are two games that when they came out, they were hard, but I played the hell out of them. And if Microsoft ever listens to this, remake these games from do remasters. Remake these games from the ground up. I think they're From Software games. They're called Otogi and Otogi 2.
Oh,
Those
yes, I
games
heard
were
the
freaking
Otogi. Yeah,
amazing.
Guapzilla just said it. He said Otogi, KOTOR, Halo 2, Morrowind,
Oh my
Jade
gosh,
Empire.
Otogi was amazing.
Dude, Morrowind.
Now, I think it's from Upware back in the day. That those games were hard, but they were so good. Otogi, yes.
So I have some things here with the Xbox One X, man. This was them at PAX, right? And then they had this thing called when the Xbox One released, they had this thing called Area 1 that was going around the country. And it was they basically had this event where it's first come, first serve, you just wait online. It wasn't a rooftop party, it was an underground party, basically. And it was like here, and you would go in there and you get to play the Xbox One before it released. And I played Killer Instinct, played Forza, played Dead Rising, Rise, Son of Rome. Dude, it was awesome getting early access on it. It came out like a month before, and that was like one of my things I remember for the Xbox One launch. But they had the games in the beginning, dude, and that's what I always said on the show, man. They even had the Xbox One pillows. I didn't take one though,
Man,
but
they
and
had a
things.
lot of stuff, man.
It was cool. It was cool.
That OG Xbox, man. Like, see, you had games because
this is the
Sony being
Xbox
so
One,
strong.
the other Xbox One. This is not the OG.
Okay.
Basement party, oof.
Okay.
They upgraded now. Now they do rooftop parties. But basically, this is what they had, like a hands-on before the game. It was like bringing E3 to everybody. Like, you got to play the console before it released. That was the big thing. It was pretty damn cool that they did that. But one of the other things that I wanted to get into is that, talking about the backwards compatibility and guys bringing up a bunch of games, they added a bunch of games today, 70 games to the backwards compatibility list. And they also announced that they are done with the backwards compatibility. Like, it's over. They are.
Yep.
They said they're done.
Which we kind of knew was coming. We kind of knew that.
We thought it was done before, but I guess they were just saving them instead of doing monthly releases. They just saved it for this month, for this event, to kind of announce it. With and the major ones on there are.
I thought they were
Max
done.
Paynes.
I thought they were done already.
Yeah, well, they were done a few months ago, like a few years ago. They said in 2019, they're like, we're done. Like, we're gonna hold off, make sure these work, and we'll see what happens. And then I guess they added 70, and they were holding on to them until basically today's announcement, where they added another 70 of them. About 15 or 13 of them are boosted. The booster, they have been boosted up. So yeah, let me get the list here. Let me see this list here.
While you getting that list, I'm gonna say shout out to all my people in Egypt, Ethiopia. I got some family still in Ethiopia, but shout out to my people over there. They're going through a hard time in Egypt. It's been flooding a lot, and because it's flooding so much, like they've had like 500 fat-tailed scorpions just come out and start stinging people.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think 3 people have died. So shout out to all those people over there going through that traumatic thing. If anybody's ever been to a desert, lived in a desert, and only things about a desert, when it rains, it's a hard to drain because it's a desert, it's sand. So water stays there and it floods very easily. You would think that it's sand, it would absorb. No, it stays there. And what happens is anything that lives there, snakes, rattlesnakes, anything that lives in that desert comes into a place from hot to higher ground. So they got these fat-tailed scorpions over there, and these things, man, they will sting the hell out of you. They are aggressive.
Oh damn!
And so they're going into people's houses stinging them, and they've had 500 stings within like the first day, and only 3 people died. Which it's sad that people had to die, but geez, man, I couldn't imagine living in a place where there's scorpions just running around because it's flooding.
Dude,
so shout out
crazy.
to those people over there going through that, man.
Let me see. Is this thing? Yeah. So they announced here. Where is it? Okay. Yeah. So the 20 years over 70 new backwards compatibility games. FPS boost is coming for cloud gaming, like Fallout 76. So they got FPS boost now for cloud gaming.
For cloud gaming. Oh.
Yeah. Because what they do, it's just mirroring the Xbox. So basically, yeah, what it is if they add it to the console, then they add it to the cloud. That's the whole strategy.
Okay.
So we enabled FPS boost for 11 titles and 26 more titles from the existing library. They added 70 games of 360 and original OG Xbox games. The entire here's some highlights is here. The entire Max Payne series and Fear franchises. The Max Payne 3, awesome. The fact that that's backwards compatible. The entire Escape franchise now can be playable. And we also there was a desire to add more OG Xbox when they added Dead or Alive Ultimate. Did I play that? Oh my god, yeah.
That's a great title.
Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 and Star Wars Starfighter and Okage franchises. Those
did they announce? I've been wondering about this. Did they announce Dead or Alive 3? Is that a backward compatible one?
Um,
Please tell me that's backward compatible.
what
Dead or Alive 3
is
or
the
4?
list?
Please tell me it's 3 or 4.
Dead or Alive 3?
Is it 3 or
Yeah,
4
Dead
on the
or Alive.
list?
Here's the list. Hold on. Oh man.
Because if I'm not mistaken, and for people who know this, there's a Dead or Alive that never came to
Dead
any
or
of the
Alive
systems.
3 is backwards compatible.
Oh,
Man.
Dead or
Was that
Alive.
the Dead or Alive, Frog, when you would hit somebody, then they would like fall to another part of the stage?
Here's the
And you,
list.
and you
I think
continue the
I
fight?
want to. I
They
want to
just
say
added it
that
today.
was
Dead or Alive
4
3 and 4.
or.
They had 3 and 4.
Oh hell yes,
Oh,
hell
okay.
yes.
Yeah,
3
that's
and
one
4.
of them.
Dead or Alive 4, you could play as the female freaking Spartan.
So yes, the female Spartan. Yeah,
Oh,
that was a
yeah.
long.
Hell
Yeah,
yes.
I remember that.
I am freaking downloading that. Dude, that right there is probably the best Dead or Alive.
No,
game.
they added. I
Dead or
wanted
Alive
to
4.
play. They added Time Splitters and Time Splitters 2 and Time Splitters Future Perfect.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
That was big on
man.
there. That was a huge thing. What else I saw on
Those
here?
are classics,
Yeah,
but I don't
was
know
like
if I'd
Time
play
Splitters,
them.
dude. They didn't have
50
online
Cent
though,
Blood on the
right? They didn't
Sand.
have
Ugh.
online.
No, it didn't have online.
No,
No.
I don't think
Neither
so.
one of them did. I remember that was the thing that pissed me off so much because the Time Splitters. I love the Time
Dead
Splitters.
or Alive,
games.
Dead or Alive Ultimate is the one that came with Dead or Alive 1 and Dead or Alive 2 in that double package, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
That was the double
I still
pack.
I wonder if I can use because I still have that. I wonder if I can use my original
They
games
brought them.
and put it in there.
And then
Probably can. I wouldn't see why not.
Manhunt. They added Manhunt. Advent
Wow.
Rising. Oh my god, that game was. I remember I was up in Maine on a work for that thing. Damn.
I remember that
50
game.
Cent Blood in the Sand too. That is a hard
Yeah,
game to
that
get.
game. That game, dude. The soundtrack was awesome, but
That
man,
game.
the game was just.
And then
Wasn't it?
Manhunt
If I'm
was
not
bad.
mistaken, wasn't it? Wasn't it a game? What's that game that EA made? It was basically just kind of the same game with those two guys that run around back to back and they shoot Army of Two. Wasn't it
Army
kind
of
of like
Two.
an Army of Two clone? Yeah,
Yeah,
Army
it
of Two.
was. Well, it wasn't. I don't think it was Army of 2 come.
it was
Time
similar.
Splitters 2
kinda
might have
like that.
land capabilities.
Oh, there's a game I just talked about, Gladius, right there at the bottom.
Yep, Gladius. Yep,
And
and
they
then
remade that
also
game.
they added what is it? Red Dead Revolver. That was the original Red Dead.
Oh,
I
okay.
had
That
that.
was the original, yeah.
And then, oh my god, remember the outfit? The
Yes,
outfit
that was a
was
good
like where
game.
you could call in like can't you like call in like vehicles and stuff? Was that the
Yes.
one? Yeah.
Yes.
That was EA.
You switch your characters out. You got different characters.
Exactly. Yeah, destruction. Yep, that was pretty cool.
Oh shit, Otogi 1 and 2 are on there. Okay, cool.
Who else did they add?
Damn.
So Star
Shit,
Wars
Ridge
games,
Racer
they did have
6?
those on PlayStation. Yeah, Ridge Racer 6.
That was a day when I got.
Because I bought the Ultimate, the Jedi Knight.
Metropolis Street Racer. Remember that?
Wow.
Or
Wait,
what
what
was that other racing one too? Project Gotham.
Project,
Gotham.
yeah.
Oh man. that
Wait,
was-
PGR is not on this list, is it?
No.
I don't know what happened to that.
Original
That
Mortal,
franchise was so
Mortal
cool.
Kombat versus DC Universe. Remember that game?
Yes.
Jesus.
Jeez, I remember that one.
Jesus. Wow.
Binary Domain, Conan. Oh my god, remember Conan? Conan, it was like it was
Yep.
very gory as hell. I
Yep.
remember how gory that game
Super
was.
gory.
Huh?
And then what was the other? There's a lot of good ones here. Avatar: The Last Airbender they added. And then what else? Rock of
Wake
Ages.
Arena Arcade. I don't know how many people are still playing that game.
Skate 2.
That's a really good list.
Yeah. That's
Oh my god,
I
this
would
is a
say
good
this,
like
all
this
the
is a
Fear
good
games.
close.
That's really freaking good because Fear is a good
Max Payne
franchise.
3 is
that I wish
big,
they
too.
bring back. I wish they bring Fear back.
Yeah.
That's such a good franchise.
It was a good
And
franchise.
then we
was
got-
there 3 fears or was there only 2?
I think there's 3 Fears, but then
Three-
there's like
three fears. Then there was a Fear
like a side
Files.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was a
Fear
side
Files.
story, right?
And then Quake Arcade Arena Arcade, and then they got.
Yeah, I'm a huge Quake fan, so I don't know if they're gonna be online.
Let me see.
When is this gonna be available? These games
Now?
When
You
they-
did- and they're digital.
Oh.
See, what I like too is that they made them
let me
digital. I
check
think they
them
made
out.
digital, so you can just go buy them from the store. Like I know a lot of people that bought Time Splitters.
So
Yeah.
I did another update. I did find out what was wrong with my Taco Bell Xbox. The
They
problem
made
is
it ran for the border. Oh, damn.
Basically, but the
Do-do-do.
problem is solved. I can actually play games on it. But because I thought it was broke, I was getting ready to pack it up, and I said, let me download this Halo because I had downloaded the Halo multiplayer because I remember I had purchased it, right? But then I said, you know what? I'm gonna get my money back and just play the multiplayer. But I had already pre-downloaded it, and I went on my Xbox today just to see if I can play it. See if because it didn't let me play my Forza. It let me actually play it. And I was like, oh shit, this works. So I was like, well, I don't know what's going on. I reboot that whole thing, just took it completely, just cleaned it, and I think it's working now. So we're gonna see. I still got an Xbox Series X coming, so I'm not mad about that. But if this works, I think it'd just be sitting in my collector's pile now.
Yeah,
as
Jeff B.
something I
Gaiman
have.
says the worst Conan. No, there was an action Conan. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
An action Conan.
That was a good Conan.
Dude, we are in the minority of having that Xbox Live code. So that card. That card. Sorry, guys. So
I'm in the
yeah,
Xbox
I gotta say,
store.
so like they did a great job with holding on to these games and then showing them off at this show for the 20 years. It was probably the best thing they can do for celebrating 20 years. You know, all these old games that you know that they had. And I think, you know, in all this whole backwards compatibility venture that they did, I think is probably the biggest thing that came out of really the Xbox One. Like you know, unfortunately it wasn't a lot of the new games, but I think that, you know, the fact that they were able to go back and get the OG Xbox games and the 360 games and have them natively play on the device, I think was and actually add like benefits like you said, FIA, you know, at 60 frames per second and do this. You know, I think it's great because even if you own these games back then, which, you know, some of these games weren't in the digital marketplace back then, so you probably wouldn't have bought them. You probably had them physically. But if you did buy them digitally, you know, I think, you know,
does anybody know
Cloning Clyde? Oh my God, I had that game.
Cloning Clyde is good. Does anybody know how you find the backward compatible games on an Xbox?
You just
or
search
the
for the
store?
game, and then you'll find it in the store.
So they don't have like a section that says, okay, backward compatible?
I don't know. I know you could do a
Because
filter in
I
your library.
always have a
of
hard
it.
time. I always have a hard time finding anything backward compatible.
Yeah, there's no backwards
on
compatible
Xbox.
store. You just got to search for the game that you want to know.
Jeez. So you got to know what game it is.
Or
to
you
search
could probably
for it?
go online and do it. I'm not sure. Their store, they might have had better filtering now.
Ah, damn, man. This store is still
I think you got to
ass.
find it by generation. So just look up 360 generation and filter by Xbox original. There's not too many
Let me see if I
Xbox
can
original
find what
games. I
that
know they
is.
had about like 20 or 25 or so in there. Now they just added a bunch more.
Oh,
yeah.
there it goes. I told you. I
There you
found
go.
it. You're right.
How much? And the prices are probably up there.
Let's see. $19.99. I think it's kind of high.
Oof.
How
much is Max Payne 3?
Yeah, because I'm like $19.99 is pretty high, and I
That's
probably
pretty
can find
high.
it cheap on eBay. Yeah. And if these games can work physically, I'll just. Oh, you said Max Payne 3. Let's see.
How much Max Payne 3? Is it like $20?
Max Payne.
Yeah, it should be low.
3 is what the heck is it? Says I know it's not free. What the hell is it?
Yeah, the prices are too high. I mean, there's just OG versions.
Well, it's the convenience factor of buying it digitally.
Yeah.
You probably can find it cheap.
Yeah,
on eBay.
I think it's the convenience factor. That's why they're charging so much for it.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they ever did
So Max Payne 1 is 14, Max Payne 2 is 14. So I'm gonna guess Max Payne 3 is 14. Let's see. It's 19.
Ooh.
It's 19. That's kind of high too. Because I guarantee I can get that game for like $3 or $4.
How much time split is?
Let's check that out. Yeah,
because
like
$5.
I think that's the only thing that I do have a lot of physical 360 games because the digital ones are too expensive.
Yeah.
To me. Time splitters. Let's see. It is. Oh, that's not too bad. They're both $9. That's not too
good.
bad.
But yeah,
then those are hard to find. OG Xbox games like these are hard to find.
Oh no,
so
no,
I don't think
no! Those games are not in Game Pass. Clarify, Phil Ness.
Oh yeah,
hold on. Whoa! I gotta play my sirens.
Let's not spread rumors.
Whoa! Yes, no. These 70 games are in a store that you could go buy, or if you own them previously, or if you bought them on the other ones, then they would show up in your thing. So if I bought Cloning Clyde back on the 360, now Cloning Clyde is playable now on the Xbox that I have. These are not in Game Pass, but that brings up a good question. Now that they added these games, will we see more of these games added into Game Pass? Now, these might be the things that carry you now through
maybe
next year.
exclusive ones.
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
true.
Maybe they'll put Max Payne 3 in Game Pass now, probably for January or February. So
That would be pretty cool.
there we go. Splitting Herman Holtz. There we go. That's right. So, they did great. And I just want to close the book on backwards compatibility. For me, the backwards compatibility thing was an amazing announcement when it was announced. However, I thought that it would lead to sequels to some of these franchises that they were making backwards compatible. And it didn't. They just did it backwards compatibility to preserve the older library and have you buy older games or go out and get them used and play them and just having that library there, which I think is a good way. But I played these games already. They're nice. And the thing is that looking at this list, you're like, oh, I remember that. I remember when they did Crimson Sky. Like, oh, Crimson Sky, And then when I played it, I'm like,
hold on,
you can play
Jess.
online.
Some of these games, like for instance, some of these games are available to play, but you cannot play. There's no digital version. Like for instance, Fear, that game, you have to buy the physical copy to play it. It's not available digitally. So you have to actually buy that game. Because I'm looking at it now, like Fear 2 is in here, Fear 3, they're $19. The first Fear game, when you go to view, it says this game is not available digital. So that means that if you have the game, you can find it. Yeah, if you have the game, and I noticed that some of their backward compatible titles are like that. Like you will not be able to buy these games digital. I kind of wish that Microsoft, since they're so big on the backward compatible, I really wish they had a section just for backward compatible in the store to make it a little easier to say, okay, here's BC titles. That would be kind of cool because their store is really bad. It's very hard to navigate still to this day. Yeah. And this has been since Xbox One. I've always thought this store is hard to navigate. Some people may disagree, but I just think this store is not a really good store to navigate. It's very hard to navigate.
Yeah, I see Sakuma. What's up, man?
You would figure that them announcing this today, that saying, "Hey, we added 70 more titles." It'd be really easy to go in a store and find these, and it'd be really accessible. Yeah. But it's not that hard. I'm sorry, it's not that easy because when you go in the store, the first thing they have is highlights, and right under that is Game Pass. They make sure Game Pass is next, and then games are there. So I'm just like, yo, where's a feature where it says, BC games or whatever? It really doesn't, and I really can't find that. And I think that's kind of a feature I think they need to put there. It'd be nice to have just a BC section. I think when it first came out, if I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm wrong.
They had something like it, but now I think that
they had something like that. Yeah.
And the thing is I just think that they did a good job of backwards compatibility, and now it's over. So they're not going to get any more games. But I think they did a good drop now for what it is, and now they move on from there. And now they're kind of maybe it is the passing of the god. Like now they're done backwards compatibility because now they got all these studios. They got to worry about putting out all these new games because they've been in hiatus for the last 5 years and kind of placeholdings, and that was the kind of thing they relied on this stuff, and they're kind of still relying on it, even though they have a couple of games that just released, now, right. But they're still kind of hanging on this legacy and the memories that we had and all this other stuff. And it's like the thing that I'm gonna say now, moving forward as we continue the roast. Sakuma, welcome. One of the things is that as we move forward, we talked a lot about our memories, primarily of the 360 and the OG Xbox. The Xbox One rarely had that much to say to continue. So in the next 20 years, and we'll talk about this, or the next 10 years, what are we going to remember about now? Oh, they were bad. They bought studios. A lot of bad stuff. We're going to hear they bought studios. And that's where my problem is that really today, now we're going to get into the bull. We brushed their balls enough. Now we get into today. I don't look at it as 20 years. I look at it as a great 15 years because the last 5 years have been Phil Ness bullshit. It's been everything about everything else, about PCs and clouds and all these subscriptions and where I can play on a toaster oven and all this other stuff. The last 5 years has been dog shit compared to the previous 15. It started in 2016. And when he came on board and talking all this flip-flopping and all this other stuff. So it's 15 years of Xbox that I want to celebrate and 5 years of Phil Ness that I wish would just go away. So, speaking about that, Sick, do you have any memories?
Any memories of
Xbox?
Of Xbox, yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, the OG Xbox, honestly.
Yeah.
Like that to me, that
Mhm.
was my favorite Xbox. I know a lot of people die on the 360 hill, but I thought the 360 was a very mediocre piece of hardware. Whereas the OG Xbox, man, they came out, that's when you could see the hunger. You could see the hunger in the eyes of the guys who wanted to be a part of this industry. I mean, they had freaking exclusives on top of exclusives. I remember playing freaking, yeah, I know y'all gonna laugh. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That shit
Oh,
was
That game
damn.
was amazing. No, that game was amazing.
It
Yeah.
was a good game.
you know, and that, to be honest with you, that's where I have the best memories of Xbox. I mean, I still have
Yeah.
360, I still have OG Xbox. I don't have the one, and definitely not getting the series. But
Mhm.
I saw that hunger with them with that particular console. Now the crazy part about it is though, with the whole backwards compatibility thing, I heard y'all talking about it. I was like, Xbox did a great job with backwards compatibility. I don't really think so.
Oh.
I don't really think so.
Hmm.
Let me tell you why.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
sorry, yeah.
Collectively, PlayStation still has more backwards compatible games.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
with
For
PS
the most
Now.
part.
No,
No, not even with PS Now. He's talking
without
about from
PS.
generation to generation PlayStation. Because if you
Oh,
bring it
well,
over
if you
to the
go,
PS3, if you come up to the PS2 generation, their whole library from PS1 and PS2 was backward compatible across the board.
oh yeah, I was talking about what they did with digitally, like how they made these natively now. I know that PlayStation has done backwards compatibility, throughout every
Mhm.
generation, but and they actually done hardware backwards compatibility back with the PS3 early on. But yeah, I was just talking about now. I think they did a good job with what they had because it seems also that PlayStation, trying to get the PS3 games natively on there, they still don't know if they can pursue that. So they plays fine through the PlayStation Cloud, like the PS Now. But like, the fact that they worked to try to make these games run natively, I think they did an all right job. I think that was, and I was saying the reason why is because
PlayStation?
no,
Oh
Xbox.
no, PlayStation did a dog shit
No, they
job
did a
with
bad
backwards
job. I said Xbox
compatibility.
did a good job by getting it on there. PlayStation just kind of put it in the cloud. But what I was saying was that I think they did to get those games to work on the Xbox, they had to stop a lot of. I'm sure they stopped a lot of stuff. Like they stopped making new games and they just started working on.
You're
the
my
old
number
ones.
one customer.
Well, no, they started working on this to pad the fact that they weren't putting out any new games at all, period whatsoever. And they
Mhm.
leaned on this. They leaned heavily
That
into
is,
this.
that is true.
Yeah,
They
If
leaned
you really think about
heavily
it,
they
that's
into
know
it.
true.
they did. Yeah,
They used that as a scapegoat so niggas wouldn't rush off. See, the funny part about
that
it,
was the point
when
problem
you
with it.
think
Yeah.
about it, just the funny part about it is a lot of people who I spoke to, and a lot of people on this channel, they know. People
Mhm.
were like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to get an Xbox because the backwards compatibility." Now what? Now what are you going to get an Xbox
Yeah,
for?
it's done.
It's not. Well, I'm saying like I wanted to play something. First, I'm probably say something. I wanted to shout Twisted Sing with the $5. He goes, if you want to play 50 Cent Blood in the Sand for 360, you now have to shell out $120. That happened when they found out you couldn't get it on the store.
Oh, that
Oh
is
damn! So
true.
you can't
I have
I
download
just
50
50
thought
Cent Blood
Cent
about
in the
on the
that.
Sand.
store.
I'm gonna check it right now. I'm sitting right here in the store.
I
Oh
Uh,
have
man.
50 Cent Blood in the Sand, and I got 25 to life.
Oh, wait.
25 to life.
That
That
was a
I remember that
sequel, wasn't
game.
that the sequel?
Yeah.
Mm,
No, it was 25.
No,
No, that was
no, that's
another
a
That was
one.
a
That was
different game.
another game made by the same people, right?
I don't know if it was made by the
25 to
same
Life.
people,
That
but
was
Yep.
another.
You actually got to own the physical copy of the 50 Cent Blood in the Sand. It's not available
Oh,
digitally.
probably
Holy
because of the
shit,
music.
man.
Yeah.
yep.
That
Well, the whole
that
purpose of
sucks.
backwards compatibility, is that you own these games and you want a way to be able to play them.
Yes, thanks,
True.
Not,
Twisted.
oh, it's backwards compatibility, so let me go rush out and buy it. Like what?
Well, that's what a lot of people
That
doing
defeats
that.
the
I know I
purpose.
did that. I did that with Lost Odyssey when that happened because I had got rid of everything.
Yeah, but I mean, if you had a PS2 game and you put it in your PS3, you just expect that shit to work.
It just
Yeah.
worked,
Like
right?
what they do with the Xbox emulation, that's not even really backwards compatibility. Like, to be honest with you,
Now,
it's
let me
not
let me
backwards.
ask you a question because I've had conflicting. I've never tried it. Maybe I can try it now. If you have a game, say for instance, a backward compatible game, and you're not connected to the internet, you play that game natively in your Xbox One? Just put it in and it'll play, or
No,
no? See, I
No.
didn't think you could. Everybody
No,
says
you
you can't
can't,
do
and
it.
the reason why you can't is because it downloads all it uses the disc for is to check to make sure that disc
Oh,
is
it's basically
legit.
that license, basically.
Exactly,
That's
license
it.
check. All of
Okay.
it
And
lives
then
on
it
your computer and
downloads the
your
software.
Xbox. Yeah, it
Wow.
all lives on
Okay.
it.
That's the reason why I always said it's not backwards compatibility, because backwards compatibility is like PS1 to PS2. You just take
Right.
the PS1 game and stick that bitch into PS2,
And it works.
vice versa, and it works.
Yeah.
But with Xbox, no, they're literally wrapping these games up and manipulating them however they manipulate them, and it downloads to the system. So
Yeah.
and that's
Interesting.
like the majority of like Xbox One games too. Like what a lot of people don't realize is the game isn't actually on the disc. That's
Right.
why you got that huge ass download that you get
Yep.
each time you stick a disc in there.
That's smart delivery.
Yeah.
That's what it is basically. They're giving you the the Xbox version on the disc, and then they just basically when it goes into Series X, it says, "Oh, this is Series X, and here's the rest of the game." Well, here's the Series
See,
X version.
I don't think they give you a lot of choices with that. I honestly like the way PlayStation does it better. When you buy a PS4 game, you have that PS4 game.
Yeah.
And with the PlayStation 5, it's actual backwards compatibility. So when you stick that motherfucker in there, it reads that it's a PS4 game, but if there's a patch for PS5, it'll allow it to download the PS5. But you can download both versions of those games. So I like it that way, honestly.
Well, yeah, because they're individual game. Like the PS4
Yeah.
version and PS5 are different games. They're not the same thing.
Oh,
Whereas an
absolutely.
Xbox game is just an Xbox game.
Well,
Yep.
hence the whole thing with the transferring of the saves and stuff like that. Like that's why
Right.
PlayStation has, that kind of like, dependent in the game, like if they upload it to the server and converts it. Where Xbox, it's the same file because it's technically the same game. The way they're packaging it, it's just that it's just playing on it's like playing a PC game on an i5 with a 1080 versus an i7 with it's the same game. It's just running differently.
Well, is that
on different
why?
things.
Is that why
I'll tell
we're
you that's not
finding?
true either. I'm
Is
gonna
that
tell you
what
that's not true.
I was going to ask a
What,
question?
like the
Is that
same game?
No. About remember you said about the PS4 saves and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Well, with Lost Judgment,
right?
I have the PS5 version of that game, but
Uh-huh.
it also came with the PS4 version of the game.
Mhm.
And weird enough, it picks up the PS4 saves automatically.
Oh
Like,
yeah, some games do
yeah.
that. I think
Oh,
didn't.
okay,
Well, Ghost didn't do that. There was another game.
I wonder
that
if it's
did
up to
it.
the developer.
Shit, it is.
It
That's what
is.
it's all over.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said it in that Road to Mark Cerny thing. They actually explained about the saves, and they said it's up to the developers to do it.
Yeah. That's why
But I was
some
gonna
of
bring
them.
up a
I
point.
think I'm lying. I think I'm lying about the Mark Cerny thing. I
I was
don't think
gonna
I
bring
don't
up
know
a
where
point
they said it.
and
I don't
it
think
was
they
an
said it.
article
It's just
afterwards.
all over.
No,
Yeah.
they did.
They
They
did
did
say
say it, but it was in an article after the fact.
Yeah, that up to the developers thing. It's all. That's why you can see there's so much variation in it because some and some even like what was it? Was it that the destruction game with the cause? Like they gave that upgrade and they're like, nope, you lose everything. That was it the Wreckfest.
Destruction All Stars is only on
No, Wreckfest it was. That's what it was.
Oh,
When they
okay.
gave
Okay.
the PS5 version, they're just like, yeah, you lose your progress and everything like that.
You
Like
gotta
it's
start
just,
completely
it's just
over.
done. So like, and yeah, that was an annoying thing. But they did a good job with the how they, and I guess that's their PC, their PC flexing over there. But I do think that, like, and I tell you one other issue though with the saving with the Xbox though is that because it's in the cloud, you don't have as much control as you do with the PlayStation, where you could have multiple save files and decide what you want to download from the cloud and upload. Whereas the Xbox, if you have a different version of a different system, like sometimes you get corrupted saves because it's just grabbing the most recent save or whatever it uploaded. You don't have any control as to what is uploaded and what files are downloaded. Like you could upload a bunch of different saves to a PlayStation 1 and pick one and download that to your console. You can't do that with Xbox. It just takes that save state and it automatically uploads it. So if it's corrupted or anything, that's the one you have in the cloud. There's no kind of control over that one because it's so automatic. Whenever it sees that game, it's just going to grab that file. So if it's and I had that issue happen to me with wrestling with WWE 2K, I don't know, it was 15 or whatever like that. Like my save was corrupted, so I would have to all my progress in the story mode or whatever it was. I couldn't do it on the other console. I had only play it on my other console because they updated it and it was a different version and I couldn't control what save it was getting. So, but anyway, like I think
I guess I was going to ask a question. Is that why for instance, the PS5, being that they have a PS4 and PS5 version, the Xbox is just the Xbox version. Is that why the cracking compression they're using on the PS5, the games are smaller on PS5 than PS4? Is that the reason why they're smaller? Because it's an actual PS5 game and not a PS4 game, so it can take advantage of the cracking compression and compress that PS5 file.
Well, no,
And I
no, no,
noticed.
no, 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 no,
Okay,
no, no,
I'm
no.
just trying to ask. Yeah, I'm
I
trying.
think you're losing sight on that because
Okay.
remember, The Last of Us 2
Hmm.
also took
Oh, it was
advantage of the
smaller.
cracking compression.
Yeah, it was
Days
smaller.
Gone and
Yes.
all of that stuff, it was smaller even on the PS4.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's
Never thought
not
about that.
just it's not just the PlayStation 4 that benefits from that cracking compression, but PS5 and PS4 as well. But I mean, we can
Hmm.
see what's been happening with the PS5. The games have been like half the size of the PS4 games.
Yes. Yes, they've been a lot smaller.
Yeah.
A lot smaller.
So the
Interesting.
next thing. Oh wait, we're here now with the Halo Infinite drop. So today they
Ooh.
had their show, and one of the things that they had was 343 was there, and they announced that they were dropping the Halo Infinite multiplayer today, which as you guys seen that I streamed it earlier, and Frog was playing as well, and Salty was playing. So the multiplayer in the beta, they calling it a beta. They're gonna lead it up to the release of December 8th, and I got to play about a couple hours of it. I'm gonna play after this. But for one of the biggest questions I had with this Infinite drop, and we're gonna talk about if anybody played it and what their feelings was. Like I do, my first thing is that to give them the benefit of the doubt, it is their birthday. Be nice to the birthday guy, the birthday girl, I guess. But the fact that they actually had a game or something Halo that they were able to release and to talk about rather than I thought there was going to be a lot of talking heads. Besides these two announcements, a lot of it was just reminiscing. And I think they did an effective job getting Robbie Bach on there and stuff like that. But I think having that Halo and you could go play it now, even I'm not very satisfied with what so far I'm seeing with Halo, but the fact that they did it, I think is a great move and something that I applaud. And I love like when they do this, where they have a game, a show, and they're like, go play this now, go download this demo now, or go do this now. Like it's always great to do that, and I wish more do it rather than you're done with the show and then just kind of like let's go talk about it, and really we don't have anything to kind of play right there. I think it was a good move that they did that, and it wasn't very common that a lot of us a lot of these shows had that. I think we might maybe the Game Awards, maybe they're gonna have some of that stuff, but I do think that they did a pretty good job, with that. Did anybody else think that? Like
Yeah, I
announced
thought.
that they dropped
Yeah, I
it?
thought. I thought the way they just dropped it was good. Kind of wish that it didn't kind of get somewhat leaked that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I do think that the way they announced it. Well, from what I saw, I appreciated uh the history of how they showed Xbox. Even though I always think of the days with the tattoos on the freaking Grand Theft Auto 4 on the shoulder and the Halo game on one shoulder, and just those are my fondest days. But I think they did a really good job of just kind of showing the history of Xbox in the last, I say, the greatest history to me is 13 years. Their first 13 years are great. After that, I don't know what they're doing. Those
That's
last 7 years were bad.
dude.
But 13 years, Xbox was to me really good. They had a chokehold on the industry, especially with the 360. Uh, the last 7 years has been really abysmally bad for them.
Yeah.
And I hope that the future of Microsoft's Xbox, if they decide to keep the Xbox brand and not sell it off to somebody else, hopefully in the future they can just bring us more software and in a manner of something like this where you can say, hey, you can play this now. My only question is when he said you can play the Halo Infinite beta, I was like, why are they calling it a beta?
Oh, I'll
That
tell you why
confused
they're
me.
calling it a friggin' beta.
Yeah, that confused me,
You
and
know
I know
why.
we'll get into some of the things I have with that game, but that confuses me.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask both of y'all a question. Real question here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want y'all to both answer this individually too.
All right. Uh-oh.
What do y'all seriously think about this Halo?
Well, it's from what I played.
Ooh.
Frog, you
This
want to go
Halo?
first? So I guess you go first because I got
What
some
I
shit to say.
played, from what I played, and once again, I'm playing on. I'll look
Yeah,
to
what are
be
you
clear.
playing on?
I'm playing on Xbox One X.
Okay.
And it's running smooth. What I thought was that the 4v4 the 4v4 that we played, I had a good time with it. And it was okay, right? But it just seemed like more Halo 5 without some of the abilities, right? That's what it kind of felt like, which I don't have a problem with that. The big team battle, the biggest problem I had with the big team battle we played and the capture the flag mode was people were playing it like they were playing Fortnite or Call of Duty. They would sit on the side of one map and just go for kills. Nobody. There was a
Yeah,
game I
you're
think
right.
I
I was.
captured the flag
Mhm.
like the
Yeah.
majority of the time. I was the only person on the other side of the map capturing the flag, and the only reason I couldn't make it back is because there's like one or two dudes that I get into a gun battle. I don't have a problem with the multiplayer. The only thing I think that I've seen so far from playing that I do have a problem with is you need to go in there with a whole bunch of your friends. And then the other thing, and because people are going to play it like freaking Call of Duty or Fortnite, and I think a lot of those people we're playing with now are Fortnite players. They're younger players and they're ass at the game. They're not good at the game. So by any means possible. The second thing I will say is I have a really big problem if this level up system is going to stay like it is because I played a lot of games with Jez and I barely progressed at all. And I was like, what
Yep.
is the point of playing this game? What's the progression point? Like I got to grind so hard just to get something in this game. And so I think they need to have two different level systems, a season pass, and then your player needs to have its own ranking and level because I don't like that. When I'm playing Call of Duty Vanguard, you know, I've already prestige once, and I'm in my second prestige, about to prestige again, and I can see my weapons prestige. I got my character prestige, and there's so many different things can level up.
Even
They
being
give you
in a
different.
group, you level up.
Yeah, and then if you're in a clan, you level, you get 20. They got so many different tiers where this game to me, I kind of feel like the one thing that may hurt is that level system. I don't like the level system, but from what I played as a fan of Halo, just the multiplayer alone, I kind of wish they put that boost dash, the shoulder charge and boost dash back in there.
They have it
I
as
don't
an
understand
equipment,
why they
which
yeah, I don't understand why they took that out. Yeah, but it's a cooldown. And I don't understand why
I
like
know.
that was in Halo 5, but then you
Yeah.
go to this next game, you take it out, and I'm like, yo, that became a staple of how Halo plays. It made it a little bit different. But then you're like, so I don't know. I don't have a problem with this game other than the level system and the new players on there. If you're not in a good squad, you're just gonna lose every game because everybody's just trying to go for their KDs. And that's not how the game is played. Everybody knows when you play Halo, you shoot somebody, you use your main weapon, you see that shield going on, you flip to your sidearm, you shoot them in the head, they're down. Man, these guys are ass. They didn't know what they were doing. People were in vehicles. I watched a guy get in a vehicle and he just took off, didn't let anybody get in the vehicle with him. I'm like, yo, you're in a
It
vehicle
is
with a gun on the
free to
back of it. Let
play,
somebody
dude.
jump. Let somebody jump in the back of that freaking vehicle so they can gun it. Nah, they're just riding off in freaking the sunset. So I have problems with this game. I think playing this game with randoms, I don't think I'll do. I think I'll have to play this with people I know, or I'm not going to enjoy it. I will say that.
So for me, oh good. I was gonna say for me,
That's sick. I'm sorry, sick.
I'll get sick. What are you saying?
Oh, it's me. It needs to have
social.
XP.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
social.
social. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
social.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we
It
yeah,
needs to have XP.
yeah. I know
Because if you're trying to get with the objectives in the game, what you're supposed to do, like and everybody else is not playing the game the right way, that's why you need XP because you'll get more XP because nobody
There
else is
you
playing
go.
the
the
game.
motivation. That's the motivation
Oh,
to do it. Yeah.
yeah, you need XP. I can't do a multiplayer game based on challenges. Like you do this challenge and that's how you progress.
Yeah.
I can't do that type of system,
It's
especially
very limited.
in shooters.
Yeah.
I just
So
that's just me.
yeah, and so did you play it at all? Like did you play the
No,
okay. So for me,
No.
I'm gonna say that XP thing that I could do a whole friggin' show about that thing because that is actually that is the Phil Ness that's in this whole thing. That is the scratch head like Halo multiplayer is free. It's in the battle pass. The fact is, I played for just over 2 hours, and I am still a level 1 because it does not matter my performance. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter if I win, lose, get a kill streak, hijack a vehicle, hit the warthog with a hammer, and then send 3 guys flying. You get all the badges. You get scores it means nothing, because if you happen to have this random weekly and random daily challenge, whatever one decides to be in your roulette of challenges, you could walk out of there with nothing. And I did, playing 15 minutes of a game, doing all these great things, and then you come out and it just has a little thing saying 1 of 2 games played, bar fills up half full. 1 of 2 battle team games played, bar fills up half full. Thanks for playing. I'm like, are you kidding me? First off, they're just as a satisfactory that you're moving up, that you're ranked up. First off, the other thing is that the battle pass stuff, the thing that you're getting for free, is really just not good. Like, they are just like helmets and an arm pad, and it's really not really that interesting that you want to customize. So I don't know about the longevity of this. That leveling system is garbage. The progression is hard, especially in nowadays. And it seems like they want you to either pay money to up your level, and also if you buy the battle pass, you get an extra challenge slot. And as I mentioned before, if you don't like the challenges, if it says complete a stronghold mission and you're like, I don't play stronghold, I don't like that. Well, if you want that challenge to come out of your weeklies, you either wait the week or you use one of your consumables where you swap out the challenge and put a new challenge in there. Well, those consumables you earn in the battle pass, or will happily pay $2 for one. So I see the finesse in the monetization of this. Now, given the game itself, if you compare it against free-to-play multiplayer games, this is a very good shooter. Like, it shoots well, but I don't think it shoots that great. I think there's a lot of issues with the hit detection. I think that I cannot get over the way the characters just glow red and then burst. The shield animations are horrible. There's no sense of tactile shooting. You feel like you're just shooting. I said it would remind me of Dig Dug, where you shoot the arrow into the guy and he blows up, go poof, 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 and then pops. I feel like I'm just loading bullets into somebody until they just glow and pop like friggin' Dig Dug. I don't feel that there's, and coming from Call of Duty and Battlefield, where even Battlefield has a little off hit detection, but like Call of Duty, that tightness, that you satisfaction of a headshot, it's not there. Like, the shooting is not satisfying. It feels like you're just mushy and you're not powerful.
Like, the movement isn't there, right, Jez?
And that's another thing. The movement seems to be, even though I'm running this game at 90 frames, and
I was just about to say
is,
that. Yeah,
there's
something with the movement that seems slow.
And even when you sprint, remember that was a complaint. When you sprint,
Yes.
they added those little animations of the arrow, the white arrows that are going by to make you look like that you're running fast, but you're not really running that much faster. You're just like, and it's really not moving you fast. And the problem I have is that it feels so slow, and the weapons feel weak, and also the weapon drops. Like, it's so weird. Like, some are on the wall, some are ordnance drops where they're actually floating around like a power thing, and it's like there's no real map control where like you could visibly see the weapons that everybody's going after, because they're like slapped onto a wall somewhere and you just got to grab them. And then the other problem that I have, and the biggest question I had about this whole multiplayer, was how much content is going to be there. And when I went into it, they have 7 maps for Arena. They have Oddball, Slayer, Capture the Flag, and I think 1 flag in 7 maps. Then 3 big team battle maps with Strongholds, Capture the Flag, and the other one where you have to grab the batteries. That's it.
I was going to say something real quick, Jazz. I had said this before in the 360 era when I was talking about it. A lot of Microsoft exclusives to me that are big online components like Gears and your Halo, they're all, and this is just my personal opinion, I might be wrong. I feel like their gameplay mechanic is always about power weapons on all their games.
Yes.
Like, their games are very similar in that aspect. It's like always a power weapon, and people just go for that power weapon. Let me get this rocket launcher. It's the same with Gears. Anything I can think of that's Microsoft that they own and it's really big online, I'm like, yo, why the hell is gonna have a power weapon in every single one of their games? So it's like, oh, they got a third-person game with a power weapon, a first-person game with a power weapon, a racing game with a power, some power element to it. And I think that they could have changed that up, but I guess maybe that's the staple in Halo, because Gears of War is very much similar to this in the sense of it's more Halo, which is not a bad thing, but
But
there
it's more
again,
of a devolved Halo.
but you took
And
a lot of stuff away from it that your previous one had that was good. It didn't need to be
yeah,
retooled,
I
and you
know.
just said, "Oh, we're going to start back at the drawing board. Why reinvent? Why reinvent the wheel? We're just going to start back." And I'm like,
Exactly.
"Come on now."
Yeah, that's my
Like, but
biggest
that's just my
complaint.
opinion.
Yeah, like the biggest complaint is that Halo 5 wasn't that bad that it needed this reboot type thing. Like Halo 5, like the other thing too is the maps are very similar in design. Like they're not like there's no
Yes,
snow maps, there is no other like there's no space map, there is like spaceship there's no like you're fighting on a planet, there's nothing. It's the same biome and the inside structures and outside structures. It and it doesn't really like look like a full multiplayer game, like a full gamut. And I'm like,
You're my
I,
number one
and I
customer.
know
Jez,
that
being that they're calling this a beta, is this what's going to be
dude, they
fully
called it
available at launch?
Frog. They called it a beta 2 months ago, and it plays actually. I think a little worse than the last one. Shout out to Optimus Backsweat for the $2. He says, "I'm new to Halo and I had a blast with it." And I think
I'm just
maybe
wondering
that's
if
the
this is
thing.
what's going to be available at launch.
Maybe
Is this what we're getting at launch? You
I
see what I'm
think so.
saying?
Oh, you think they're gonna drop a bunch of maps at the on
I
December 8th?
I would hope so
I
because
hope
man,
so. Maybe. But Optimus Backsweat, maybe he's right. Maybe he's new. Like a lot of people like it. Optimus, let me ask. Like, basically, do you like the time to kill? I feel like is very long. I know Halo has long, but I feel like it's extra long in this.
they
Like,
made it
it's
longer.
not. They
It's
made
just
it
a beta.
longer, right? I think
They
so.
did.
And also, too, they took away the sectional hits. So, like in the beta that they had before this, you would shoot somebody in the arm, and their arm would glow up a little bit. And like, you shoot them in the leg, like, we'll have kind of area detection of where you're shooting them to give a little bit of satisfaction that you're hitting them. They took that away, and now they just kind of just keep glowing. But as you see, I saw Thrash. Hey, what's up, man? He came in. So, did you guys play it? Like, Sick, did you play it at all? Oh, Thrash, did you play? Am I muted? Are they on there? Oh, maybe they're muted. Oh, Thrash is muted. But Sick, but Social, you didn't get a chance to play. So yeah, we
No,
okay. But like,
So I
okay,
gotta ask, Jess,
Yeah.
because the reason why I asked y'all is because I wanted to know how y'all felt. Because I know you played beforehand, and I think Frost played beforehand as well.
Yeah.
Do y'all think that there was a change from the one that you
My
played
bad, I'm
before?
here.
No.
From the beta,
It's
not a
okay.
major change.
Yo, what's up,
What
man?
up? What up?
Not a major change. The time to kill is a little bit longer, but it's not a major change. It's basically more of the same thing. Like what I played in the beta seems basically the same as what I played on
Yeah.
this, what they're calling
Graphic
another
wise
beta.
too. Yeah, there's
So
no
let me ask
extra
you.
graphics on it.
With all the
impressions
negative,
wise, was it worth the wait for you after playing it, or like what's your all the time, the 5 years? And
Oh no,
bullshit?
no!
No,
Not
no, no,
answer
no,
that
no, no, no,
immediately.
no.
5 years?
no.
No, I
No,
think
no,
that's
no.
too.
There's no worth the wait. This is a reset,
Yeah.
man. Yeah,
I
this
Yeah,
is
this
also
is
gotta
a. There
ask
you go.
y'all.
Thank you, Jess.
I also gotta ask you, how is Halo a great shooter when you have so many grievances with the shooting?
I
well,
think it's for if I judge it by its own merits of just being Halo, I think that it's for Halo. It's a great shooter. If you compare it to like a COD or a
no, it's a
Battlefield,
great.
something else,
It's a
it's different.
competent shooter. Like it
Right.
shoots. It plays like it plays like a. It's not like a jank first person shooter. There's a lot of problems I have, and a lot of it has stems from me playing the previous Halo games and what Halo was and the newness to it, but also too the way Halo felt. I feel that they went into a very type of safe, but also very kind of like answering a lot of people that maybe don't want the Call of Duty like I spawn and die. Like they kind of want to run away as they're getting shot. Give them a chance. And I think they
Right.
may be favoring more into that group, the casual group, because more people can play now than ever on a Halo game. And I just feel like that. But if you and I said this in my stream, like if you compare this from like, hey, this is a free to play game, let me just download this and play it, you'll be like, oh my god, like wow, this is pretty fully, nice. Like it's a free to play game. Woohoo! If you look at it from there, yeah. But if you look at it as like, no, this comes after Halo 5, it's a disappointment as of
So
now.
what does Halo do better than other shooters?
I think it's the lore of just what Halo is. That it's to
That's the
me that
cop
kind
out
of
answer, frogs.
Because of
That
the
is the
name.
cop out. That's the
Now,
cop
I'm
out
gonna
answer,
tell you what
frogs.
no.
Halo.
I'm being serious. Like to me, that's the only thing it does, and it's not it's different. Like for instance, like it's more of an arena shooter than Call of Duty. Call of Duty is super arcadey. I would definitely say that Halo is definitely that arena shooter that I would put up there on the likes of like the Unreals or
Unreal
the Quakes
or
or the
Quake?
Quakes, yeah, or a Doom. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
definitely,
Yeah.
because and I'll be honest with you, a lot of comparison when I played, and I love Doom and Doom Eternal, right? But I always look at Doom and Doom Eternal and say, well, this is where Halo came from. It's root. That's what I think of it. It's just a clean version of Doom. That's what it basically is. And I think that's what makes it so fun is like it's arcade and it's not. I mean, I'm sorry, it's really arena and it's not arcade. It really is an arena shooter. Like I said before, I was in a match today and I sat there with all these people in this big team battle, and I was in there destroying people, getting this flag, but a lot of my team wouldn't move off the one side of the map. They tried to play it like a Call of Duty game, and we lost. We got smashed.
Yeah.
The reason is because they tried to play it like Call of Duty, and it's not that type of game. It is very, if you Halo requires, I would honestly say a lot more skill than a Call of Duty player. If you play Halo, I would think you have to have more skill playing that game than Call of Duty. Call of Duty, I think, is really pick up and play friendly. This Halo was more pick up and play friendly by the way they designed it, but I definitely think that a Halo game is really harder to pick up and play than it is a Call of Duty game. That's just my
Yeah, I
personal
just want to
opinion
say
on it.
to answer
Maybe
Six's question,
XP.
what Halo does differently than the other ones.
No, not what it does differently. What it does better.
What it does better? What it
Oh,
used
what
to
it
do
does
better, or
better?
what? Wait, is it what it used
No,
to
he's
do
talking about
better,
right. If
or
you're
what
talking
it's
about right
doing better
I'm
now,
talking
now?
about
uh,
Halo
I think,
Infinite.
What
yeah,
it
because I
does
think
better?
what does it
yeah,
do better?
I
It
think
doesn't
what
do
Sick is
anything
saying is,
better than what's out there.
No, yeah, it really doesn't.
well,
That's the
It's
problem.
well, yeah, that should be the biggest problem because it's a
right.
new generation and a new game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's two times of things that you're supposed to do better, and we in a new generation, so it should be easier for you to be doing better.
I
You know
agree.
what I'm saying?
hmm
And
I
if it's
agree.
not doing better, you just do the same old, but now you just made it free to play to get the monetization money over a long period of time.
Yeah.
What are we really doing?
Right.
Exactly.
Because
Why
it's
And
not
not
make it
like it came out with a battle royale mode. It's not like it came out with all these
well, there's
game
nothing
modes.
new.
So it doesn't do. It's
There's
nothing new. It
like
basically does
even
everything
Warzone
similar.
was very ambitious, having AI with enemies, like with bosses kind of on the map and spots where you get money to kind of like almost like a Counter-Strike element. Like it was interesting with the rec packs and stuff. It was innovative. There is nothing new. I just listed the game modes that are in this and the maps, and there is nothing new that's going to do anything better, and it should do something better. And the problem also is what Halo used to do to differentiate itself. It was about map control. It was about getting the power of weapons and holding down the map as a team. You can't go rogue in Halo and run around by yourself because you're done. The way it's sorted out is that you're both going to kill each other at the same time, or another person's going to shoot you. You wait until the shields drop and you go for the headshot. That's why you grow as a group. If you're walking in there and two other Spartans come in there, you're done because they're going to wear on your shields and finish you. That's why you got to go as a group, and it's all about map control. And they completely
Definitely.
devoided that whole item, especially in Arena, where they kind of put the weapons all over the walls and in different areas, and they're kind of hard to identify. And then on top of that, the maps are really, really not that interesting. There's no interactive areas. There was something where there was a grate, and I was like, oh, can I crawl in there and maybe get another pathway? Oh, no, or knock the grate out. I was meleeing it. No, it's very stagnant. Even that new one, that what is it? The Aqueous, that Aquatica one, where it looks like a weed, like Master Chief's weed friggin' garden. Like you're walking around this thing, you can't break any of the windows. Everything, it looks so stagnant and just like dead. Like, and I'm like, where is the interactivity?
Let me
Where
ask
is
you a
the
question.
yeah?
If it's been in development this long, why
So-
is the end results the way they are? If it's been in
So-
development this long, look at the end product you're getting.
It's booty, that
It's
dumbass
bullshit.
clapping booty
Yeah,
ass.
No. Let me
Why-
ask you a question. Let me ask you another question. So
hmm
as far
These
as
are good questions,
gameplay,
by the way. Real good questions.
so as far as gameplay goes, y'all would agree that it's either the same or less than the previous versions, right?
Yes, I agree that right
Yes,
as of now.
agree.
Yes,
I would agree
What I
that. Yes,
played.
as of right now,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Graphics. Is it the same or worse than
Mm,
previous iterations?
I would say playing it on the Xbox One X, which I
Or
played Halo
better, or
5.
better. I'm
It's
sorry, I don't want to
yeah,
leave that out.
I would say it's at launch it slightly looks better, because it's only a 1440p upscaled with 4K and a 60. So I would say it's slightly better graphically
I think
than I
Halo
would say Halo
5.
5.
No, I think Halo 5 looked better graphically than this. This is a scale back.
Oh, really?
The explosions, the explosions, the particle effects, all that stuff in Halo 5 was like crazy. It was like a light show, man. When you threw the plasma rifles and things were exploding, like it was a lot more going on, where this seems very, very subdued. The explosions still look not good. The car destruction, you go look at the destruction of the vehicles in the other Halo games, pieces broke off. The car blew up into smithereens. This car basically has a flaming effect and then just gets fully intact with four wheels gone, and it just sits there. And then that's the destruction, man. There was like, you might have a pot fall off as somebody shooting it, but like when the big satisfying thing, like I'm throwing the grenade and I want to see the car go flying, the people go flying, the car stays intact fully. It doesn't split in half. It doesn't break off. Like it's very, very like just antiquated.
No damage at all.
There's no
Or it doesn't
damage.
look-
Like I was driving on 3 wheels and it did not affect my car at all. I'm like, woohoo! Like I had my tires, rims were all on the floor, and it was still sliding all over the place, driving fine. It wasn't rumbling. It wasn't like veering to the right or to the left. None of that stuff. It was just a visual effect. The wheel should have been there anyway, but it's more of just a visual effect. So I think that it really is a Halo devolved. And I've been saying this, thinking that it was going to get better as we got closer to launch, because they delayed this a year. Shout out to Josh Aries. Yeah, this is a year delayed and still not ready for prime time. They could call beta all they want. Season 0, Season 1, Season 2. It's not, if you're looking at this from what we came from, and that's how I look at it, because that's the only way I can, because I came from that. This doesn't cut it.
Yeah,
you want bigger and better new
They
generation.
didn't even have a volcano.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I would honestly say this. I said when they showed Halo come out this year, Call of Duty and Battlefield, I said Call of Duty is going to be the biggest thing, because the first thing Call of Duty said is 20 maps day one. And I said no Call of Duty's done that outside of Modern Warfare 3. When they said 20 maps day one, that right there just kind of pulled the dynamic conversation of who's going to have the most maps, who's going to have the most game modes, who's going to have the most guns. Call of Duty does all this. Yeah, so I think that, Call of Duty obviously will be the king of the shooters this year. I think that people who love Halo like me, I really love Master Chief. I love the franchise. I'm going to play Halo, but it's not going to say it's going to take me away from Call of Duty. Battlefield, I think, is a mess right now.
It is not a mess.
I guess when it comes out, we'll have to see what it really does. I'm going by my friends, not really by IGNs and GameSpot.
It's not that messy.
You said,
Which version, bro? Which version? What platform? Xbox? You talking about?
I'm going to be playing Call of Duty I'm on PS5. Battlefield is going to be probably on my Xbox Series X, because it's crossplay.
Battlefield, the ones that you're saying are having issues. What platform are they on?
Yeah, the
Battlefield.
Battlefield, I think the Xbox, they said, was the worst platform, then PC, then PS4.
No, I'm asking because the PS5 version I've been playing it for the past couple days,
right?
And it's been running great. Like it had server issues on the first day, which is to be expected. I mean, our servers got slammed. So I mean,
it seems like those PC players are getting destroyed with that Battlefield game.
But on the PS5, by the next day they fixed the server issues that I was having. I mean, I've streamed a game with Jez with
I played with 10 hours so
and
far.
I haven't had a single issue with the game online.
Oh, okay.
I think it's one of the best games online for PS5 I've ever played.
It's the
I'm not capping either.
And see, I think that's the thing. Like, I kind of go, if all of my friends are on PlayStation 5 and I don't have that many on Xbox playing it, then I'll get it on PS5. And because, obviously I got Halo to play.
I'll give you share play. You can play my last hour. I'm telling you, it actually played really well. Like, trust me, there's glitches in this, but this is the difference with Battlefield. The amount of stuff that is happening and going on, and you look and you see about 50 people all on your team watching up a hill with 4 tanks over the hills, and you're like, dude, you're like, this are real people. Yeah. And then you see
the darkness.
Dude, it's like it is pretty insane when you get that scale and you're all marching up at a hill, and and you just see this and you're like, this is what I felt that the online future would be, like a real Battlefield game. And it's crazy, and obviously what it's doing. See, that's why I don't give Halo.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
The stuff that Battlefield is doing, does it supersede what Call of Duty is doing?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I think 100%. Yeah.
No. Hold on. The only reason why I asked you that question is because of the previous question that I asked you. Remember when I asked you what does Halo do better than any other shooter? You couldn't recollect what it would
I said
be.
the map control, but they don't.
Okay, I got a lot of people on my friends list hit me up that said, yeah, they're not having any problem with Battlefield on PS5 as we're speaking right now.
No, but what Halo used to do, but this Halo doesn't do it.
But when you brought up Battlefield, you see how easily you were able to compare it to what other shooters were doing?
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, and
you had to think about it when it came to Halo, because it doesn't do anything better.
And it's been
it's just more Halo.
It's like, I thought Warzone was a good way to go. It was doing something unique and better. But this Halo, that's what I was looking for, because I'm like, what does his Halo do differently? We're on the 6th or 7th iteration of this. You got a new generation. Where is this? Where's the vision? And this is safe. Again, this is exactly what Gears of 4 was and Gears 5. Safe multiplayer. And safe multiplayer in franchises that are number 5 and number 6 don't have the legs they would have. And when you need to do something bigger and better. And the reason why I was saying what Battlefield does is that, yeah, there's a glitchy helicopter flipping in the background and stuff, but you got 70 people around you blowing up and flipping all over the place. Like, you could see that going on with all the stuff going on. But when you have Halo and it looks as mundane as it does, and it's not really hitting that primetime stuff, there's less of an excuse going, dude, this is a new engine. This is the shit space engine, dude. This is a brand new friggin' engine, too. Remember? Oh, here we go. Wait. Elton John, remember the video, in-engine demo with the as we arrive on the planet, and the animals look at sunset. That's the engine, right? This don't look like no friggin' engine.
Is it fair to continue to give Halo that legendary tag when the only thing legendary about it is the games that came before?
I'm not giving this no legendary tag. I see people going crazy, going, this is the best thing. Driving me insane.
You got to really ask yourself, bro.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Yeah. Can you really give it this legendary tag with so many fallacies, bro?
If we're talking about franchises, like Mario is legendary no matter what. Zelda has gotten better and better with each iteration. It's changed. Whereas Halo has changed, but it's in small iterations. And then Halo 5 was the biggest change. And then come to this one, you took all the stuff out of Halo 5 that you added that was really new, and you just said, we're just going to go back to the basics. No shoulder charge, no boost dash, no this, no that. And I'm like, and they give you a grapple hook, and they give you this and they give you that, but only, a certain amount of people can use it as a cooldown. So I don't really think this game legendary. No,
not
Master
now.
Chief himself legendary, maybe, but the character, not the franchise anymore. I don't think it's as legendary as it used to be. I think it still carries weight, but I don't think it's as legendary as it used to be.
It's hard to even say, like, because the times have changed so much from when, like, what Halo did back in the day. Like, I think they're trying to capture that with the Halo campaign, with, like, you land on this planet and go in this Halo ring and just go explore, because that's kind of what they're trying to capture from the first Halo. But the first Halo, when that happened, that was a big deal. We now have open world first person shooters and all this stuff 20 years later. So it's really hard to kind of make people feel like that day, because there's so much more competition out there. Halo justified a lot like the console shooter, right? Like a shooter could work on console. And since then, Call of Duty has taken the reins and ran with it, and everybody else followed suit. And Halo has to come with the times. And that's why when I see this, I'm like, there is so much competition with Warzone, with Fortnite, with Apex Legends, and all this other stuff. I'm like, you need to bring something new to the table. Don't just say it's the name and here are Spartans. Like, you need to bring it. And what you're bringing is not what you're known for, which is map control, which is the chaotic, incredible balance of the weapons and the tactile feel. And what they do, and it feels like it's more of a casualized Halo simplified for a free-to-play model with a battle pass tramp stamps taped onto it to try to sucker you out of money because you got it for free.
I got a
And
question.
see,
I got a
here-
question
here's-
too.
I got a real quick question, and this might be a stupid question. I really don't know the answer to this. Does this game, because you can't play through the story mode with your friends and everything, does this game have any kind of split screen capability at all? Or no.
Yes, the campaign does. 4-player.
Oh, okay. So you can play split screen, but
Yes,
there's no, you
at
can't play
launch.
online with your.
Yeah.
I
So,
don't want to
like,
play split screen.
I hope that they add some more to it, but again, we're weeks away, and they're not going to put a new coat of paint on here because technically, what we've seen in the beta is basically what we've seen: the flowers, the textures, the wall. It looks decent, but I think the biggest thing they're lacking on is the explosions and particle effects. And the other thing that grinds my gears is the sound. It sounds horrible. Sirens off on my goddamn stream. The sound is horrible. There was a guy that was like this. He was like shooting at me. I thought that he was on the other side of the map. I turn around. The guy's shooting me right in the back, right in my ass, right behind me. That should be blasting in my ear that somebody's shooting at me from behind me. It sounded like he was 2 miles away peppering me. And meanwhile, the guy's right behind me. There's people having a firefight next to me. You don't even hear the sounds. Like they're like it's so weak.
You're playing with headphones too, right?
Hell yeah, I'm playing with headphones on.
Okay, yeah, I'm playing. I feel like all these games. I feel like Halo, Battlefield, and Call of Duty sound design is really bad this year.
Well, I've
had a problem. I've had a problem.
I got a question. What would you think it would take for Halo to evolve? Like, what do you think they would need to do to add
different
to
game modes, newer game modes?
Nope.
I mean,
nope. You're wrong.
No, that's one of the things they need. They need new game modes. They need new staples.
Something that evolved the game, not adding new modes, like specifically.
I'm gonna put you on game right now, and this will listen. I guarantee you, this is the ultimate answer. I promise, frogs.
Oh damn.
What they need to do, well, not Halo, but the fans of Halo. The fans of Halo need to speak the fuck up.
Exactly.
That's what
I
needs
agree.
to happen.
I totally agree.
All it is,
this is what they
we're just gonna
wanted.
agree. Yeah, I'm just saying.
This is not what I wanted.
Agreeing.
Definitely.
Well, here's the thing. In order for Halo to truly be great again, it requires the input of the fans who, put it in that legendary position. The fans know what it is that they want from it. Let me tell you how I know this. I was on Persona stream just maybe 5 minutes before I hopped in here, right?
Okay.
And all of the grievances that you had were the same grievances that they had.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Yes.
Same thing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's obvious.
If you go back and listen to Persona stream, at the end when he kind of breaks down, how he felt about the game, it was the exact same stuff that y'all was talking about.
That's crazy.
The exact.
We didn't even talk to him.
I didn't even talk to him. I'm telling you,
it's crazy.
it's freaking obvious.
But that's the reason why I said you can say whatever you want about what they should add, but what needs to happen is these Xbox fans need to stop, and I really mean this. They have to stop being corporate slaves.
Yeah.
I do agree with that.
Well, everybody's like, this is the best thing. And then when you complain about it, look, I was going around complaining about it, and I was told this is what the core Halo audience wanted. I'm like, this is not even Halo 3 or Halo 2 level, guys. Like, yes, they got some of the movement. They got rid of maybe some of the aesthetics, but they go, Halo wasn't a looker.
Let Gran Turismo 7 come out with problems, like, dude, I'll be... Yeah, and because if Gran Turismo comes out fucked up, there's gonna be a problem. There's gonna be a problem, a big deal.
My thing is like I agree. Like I'm seeing, and the other thing too, and I don't want to shit on numbers, but everybody keeps talking about numbers. Listen, this is free to play. It was a stealth drop on a Monday in between Call of Duty and Battlefield, and people want to get on it and see what it's about. We need to see what these numbers are in a month from now, in a couple of weeks from now. Like to say that this, like there's more people playing this than Master Chief Collection. Master Chief Collection was a paid game.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
That was you had to pay to play that game. You had to play Forza. Yes, they're 80,000, 70,000. This is 220. Yeah, because this was free to play on everything day one, and it's at 250 or whatever it is. These numbers will keep going. Let's see how long it lasts. This is like everybody's jumping on, going, this is a success. We knew this was going to happen. This is free to play Halo. First time on PC, on Steam, a new Halo game. Everybody's going to download it just for the hell of it. Check it out. That progression is going to hurt in the long run if they don't fix it. But the thing is that this game was going to do this, and everybody's like celebrating it. And I'm like, chill out, because guess what? In January, when somebody starts looking at Steam and they go, well, look at Halo Infinite. It's at 80,000 now or 50,000. People are like, oh, the numbers don't matter. Why are you picking us? Leave us alone. We enjoy Halo. Like,
you just made the list.
You want to do the numbers now? Well, get ready when those numbers come back and bite you in the ass. Because I remember when people were talking about Sea of Thieves, oh, these people watching,
I remember Gears of War. That's
the numbers died off.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Who are you for being a VIP grinder? Woo! Let's go, baby. Get Bootleg Joel in the chat. My God. Like, I see it, and I'm like, I want to say, good job, Halo. Like, okay, you did a good job. You rode the momentum of the 20 years. You dropped the game after all these years, a delayed game for a year. You did the best thing you can do in the position that you're in, even though this game's not ready for prime time. But everybody needs to chill out with Xbox is back. You need to chill out, because what comes now after? When the honeymoon's over and you go back and she got a mustache. It's over.
What are they gonna do in 2022?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Season 2? Like, you need to calm down with this whole, like, it's over and stuff like that. Like, you need to enjoy and focus on the game at hand, because I think people are like, look what I can do. Like, they have their control. Look what I can do. Look, I'm playing Halo. Look at me. I'm an Xbox fan. Look at me, Phil. Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Aaron Greenberg. Thank you. And then they put the controller down and go back to Twitter going, oh, it was great. Let's go, Xbox. They're back. And they're done. They're done playing.
No.
See, that's the bullshit. People are posing. They're posing.
I do agree with Six. You have to voice your problems, and you have to voice your complaints. And I definitely will be in the forums, because because I remember when Master Chief Collection came out, I was furious that game was so broken, and it took almost a year to fix. I was furious. So yeah, you do definitely need to, and it's still broken, but you definitely need to voice your complaints and opinions.
Who are you?
Saying this is a legendary franchise. I think the character itself is legendary. This game, legendary, I don't know. It only the time will tell. I think that it will come out to a strong launch, like you said, because it is free to play. You're gonna have more people playing it, but you're gonna have people like me who played it from the beginning, and you're gonna have people like younger kids who've only known Fortnite, and they get in there and try to play like a Fortnite, and I'm gonna fucking lose because they're playing it like Fortnite. So you see what I'm saying? So I think that you have two different audiences. You have those people who've never played it and it's free and they'll download anything, and you have those people like me who like the franchise. They want to see it do better, but maybe it needed a little bit more time to bake in the oven. And I'm not going to ride the coattails and say it's good when there's problems. It may be good in hindsight of what I've played, and I may say, okay, it's good, but there's some problems. And if I'm voicing my problems and I have people saying, fuck your problems, why you just not play the game? Don't worry about it. They'll get around to it. That's the problem. You don't need to ride the coattails of it just because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the 6th Halo. You got to say the problems, because this is supposed to be the future of the franchise.
Yeah, next 10 years, right?
There's this is supposed to be a content. Yeah, this is the destiny of Halos. Let's say that, right? So
that's the question, though. Will it be as big as Destiny?
No, it never will. No, it never will. And it's not even because it's 343. And it's not even because it's 343 and it's a Bungie thing. It will never be as big as Destiny, and I think it won't be as big as Destiny, because I think that you put it in a service, number one, and then you said you don't have to buy, you don't have to pay for it, so they can take their time and do what they did, and just say whatever. We can give you Destiny is freaking huge. As much as people look, I play a lot of fucking Destiny, and I had a lot of problems with it. And when there were problems, they changed the shit quick, because they knew people were gonna drop off, and that was a game you had to buy. But they said, "Oh shit, we got this next blah 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 coming out. People are not gonna buy this next freaking story pass for $39 if we don't change some shit." Destiny and Bungie quickly started changing shit, and I think that because it's free, I don't think the stuff will evolve or change as quick as we want it to, even if we voice our opinions. And I think that you will see numbers decline, and I think that'll be the sad point. I think they definitely, if they don't listen to anything that people are saying about this game, that freaking level up system has to change. That's the worst thing in the game right now to me. How you level
But
your
what about the
whole
campaign?
because
Like, it's the story and the
and see,
lore. Like,
and that's the
Destiny
other
did
thing.
create that.
If the campaign comes out and it's freaking whatever, I think that's going to severely hurt the game too. Which a lot of people are saying it's not, but they haven't played it. They're just going off what they think it's going to be.
What they hope.
I'm going to wait until it comes out. I do want to play it day one, but I do want to play it. I want to have the whole game there. The people that I know that are going to enjoy it, we play through the story together, because I think they are going to do a Destiny type model where they're just going to be like, oh, here's Halo Exodus, here's Halo this, here's Halo that. And this game, that's how that game will last for 10 years. It'll do a Destiny type model, but I don't think it'll be as popular. I really don't think it'll be as popular, because if you just slap it in Game Pass, how can you continuously do that and make people want to come back for it? When it's like, oh, a year from now, we'll give you some new content. No, people aren't going to wait a year. People move on to the next big thing.
Well, that's
so they have to continuously do that.
The other issue, well, honestly, the other issue is that this game is not for sale right now, like the multiplayer. So you're never really gonna know the true numbers of what it's sold, or like even Matt Pescatello joked around. He's like, "Oh, so what's gonna be on MPD?" And it's like, it's not gonna be on MPD. This multiplayer Halo Infinite is just gonna live out there, and we're just gonna look at maybe users played on Steam, and that's about the only measurement that we have. Like, I see people posting Twitch numbers. Look, it's number 2 after Just Talking on Twitch. I'm like, yes, it released today. Let's see how it lasts. Like, it's Halo, first time on PC. It stealth dropped. Like, you understand they did a good job with it, but people like surprised like Halo is getting recognized. Like, it's Halo. This is why I've been saying, when Microsoft held this thing and have still hold the campaign hostage and not celebrating this game throughout the year, today they did a good job with it. But they kind of like, it was frustrating, but nobody complained about it. Everybody's like, oh no, it's fine. They're just putting spit shine on it. Nobody complained about it. But now when it's celebrating, everybody comes out of the woodwork now going, oh, Halo's doing great. I knew it. Where? Well, where were you when they were hiding that thing like the goddamn Wizard of Oz behind the curtain? And they're still hiding it. And nobody wants to ask what's going on with it. You want to say, Phil, what did you eat for dinner? What kind of underwear you wearing? But nobody wants to ask him how the goddamn games are coming. And after this, what comes 20 years? Let's talk next 20 years. What comes after this? What's coming now? Like, you talk about the next 20 years of Xbox. What is it going to be?
Well, I haven't played it yet. But does it look like next gen? Is it groundbreaking? Is it visually?
No,
go back to Forza. Forza looks like
if you play the beta, that's what you're gonna get.
Yes,
you know?
and the maps look very similar. There's not a lot of new biomes. Like, there's not any snow maps or anything like that. It looks the same. That even the big team battle maps, one's like at nighttime, and the other one, they all look like They all look like the same map. Like, this one has a structure in the middle of it at nighttime. And then the other ones are all just rocky with pine trees. Like, it's the same biome assets.
Wow.
They just build around.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's another thing that I do notice, and I don't look. A lot of people are gonna probably shit on me for saying this, but after playing like the Call of Duties and the Battlefield, and using this dual sense, this controller makes a big difference when I play shooters and I'm playing. And Halo just feels, and I think the controller is a big deal. It's not that it's bad. It's just that I get so much more when I play some of my games on my PS5, and I'm gonna enjoy. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna enjoy playing some of my games on Xbox, but this controller makes a big difference playing shooters. Huge difference.
That rumble really matters. It's not even the adaptive trigger so much, but the rumble. Like, even Battlefield, when you're running through the different types of
you can feel it.
You feel it. Even Call of Duty, when you're running and sprinting, you feel the tapping and stuff. It adds tactile, and it adds kind of immersion and life to the game. And that's the one thing that the takeaway from this whole Halo thing is that I feel right now it's lifeless still. And this is the ultimate takeaway from right now. It feels very hollow and empty, where I was used to Halo being the thing that'll get you through like the next couple year or so. Like Halo was the ultimate package, and now it seems like an empty package. And where it goes from here, 10 years they said he's already trying to find his successor, and he's like he knows Xbox is gonna live out beyond him, and the thing is where Xbox is gonna be for the next 20 years. I don't know.
I told y'all a few months ago
Thresh?
he was going to retire, bro. I knew he was going to retire.
He's gone.
I know he's going
in a few years. He's
done. He's done.
It's like, nigga, do you see the numbers? You see how small the growth is? If this shit doesn't grow it, which it won't, but free to play will not grow Game Pass at all because it's free to play.
Mm-hmm.
But
exactly, yeah.
And it won't grow Xbox Live because it's free to play.
There's a risk.
So the only thing that it does is you got to hope that you got as much people buying as much as the fucking microtransactions as they possibly.
Exactly. Well shot.
They don't do that.
They're well shot.
You got to sustain that.
Well, I think that's the ultimate problem is like they want to be the Fortnite, they want to be the Call of Duty, and you weren't in the first in the boxing ring. Boxing, you can't come in there and say I'm gonna freaking be a Mike Tyson and you don't train. You have to train. Even look at Tyson now. Like there are a lot of people who still be terrified at his age to fight him now because he's just a freaking a monster. He trains. He constantly trains.
He's a major type monster too. On top of that,
and so my whole thing is like I think that the Xbox brand, regardless of what a lot of people say, I do think that the Xbox brand is good. I think that the Microsoft controlling the Xbox brand is a lot of the problem because I think they just don't know where they want to go with this anymore. I think they're like, look, we got into it. We're here. We've been here for, they say, 20 years. And at the beginning, they were hungry. I don't think they're as hungry as they were when they first jumped in it. And I think that's the biggest defining problem when you look at like a lot of their games, like their Halos and their Gears and their franchises that became staples in the 360 era. They're no longer those big iconic franchises anymore. They're just a by the numbers thing. Like, we got to release another Gears, let's do it. We got to release another Halo, let's just do it. And I think that's the problem.
So what I'll say is I have here, and this is like almost like a Thresh documentary here, but I got this.
Gave them
from Phil Ness, 2015. Let's see. We're talking about the Phil Ness, right? Let's hear what he had to say in 2015. And this is what I try to say is like, listen to what he said, recently and today and stuff, and just listen to how he spoke 6 years ago and see where we come. So he got asked in 2015. They're right high on exclusives, right?
The reins and said, you guys build what you want to build. Greg Males, who I've known for years, is there.
He's talking about
Craig Duncan running the studio. There's just a great opportunity to have the creativity that Rare has built over the 30 years and then look forward on what they want to make on gaming.
Absolutely. We talked about Halo. Josh Holmes was here earlier. That game looks phenomenal. Gears 4, Rod Ferguson's going to be by as well. That's going to be coming out. So that'll be a big game for next holiday for you guys, right?
Next holiday looks fantastic when we start looking at the lineup. I'm excited about getting to Gamescom and getting to show Scalebound and Quantum Break and Crackdown.
Those all going to be in 2016?
We haven't announced dates for all of them yet, but I mean, the lineup next year is looking incredibly strong when we look at those games. And some of them actually might come a little earlier than that. But it's
some are coming early.
Some might come this year?
Time. Well, before next E3.
Okay.
Some maybe.
E3.
Like game's got to be right before we ship it.
You guys do have a lot of amazing sort of first-party titles across the spectrum. As you said, the fact that you could have Scalebound, Crackdown, and Quantum Break not even at E3.
Yeah.
And that was a strategic decision to kind of wait and give them their own stage.
Yeah, like Recore, our first time working on a first-party game with Inafune-san is something I wanted to show on stage here.
Yeah.
He was in the audience. It was great to be able to do that. But yeah, the first party, obviously, as the old first party guy, is really important to me. But at the same time, we had Todd on our stage, and Todd Howard has such a history with Xbox. And we'll still have Call of Duty and Destiny and Star Wars Battlefront. Like, we'll have great third-party games and the mix of the first-party games. It's just what Xbox gamers want.
That's right. That's me, Phil Ness. That was me in 2015. I was giving some Phil Ness talking about Scalebound and Crackdown 3. I said they might come before 2016. Oops, you've been Phil Ness. Cheers, the next 20 years of Phil Ness signing out.
Anyway, That was Phil Ness. He came in the stream. Yeah, he couldn't resist. But yeah, so there is the he said all those games in 2015. Like, listen to and then today he talked about Game Pass. Did you guys hear that about the Game Pass is sustainable? Did you hear that, Phil Ness? Did I lose everybody? Did Phil Ness kick everybody out of my stream? He must have. Everybody muted because they're watching the video. So yeah. While they're watching that
I'm
video.
still here.
Oh, there
I'm
you
watching
guys
the
go.
video.
Yeah, I'm back too. I'm back.
Dude,
Nah.
yeah. So
There's a key word to that. Because they went from profitable down to sustainable. That's not sustainable. It's not over profitable. It's under profitable.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And
so he went from saying that Game Pass was profitable to Game Pass is sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
That's key word. Go check it out. Don't believe me. Go check it out.
I know. I'm gonna get the thing out now.
Yeah, that's a downgrade on their wording, bro.
Yep.
So they haven't been making profitable. They can just sustain it. And sustainable is they could probably break even to sustain the service. But profitable is a whole nother term than sustainable.
Exactly. And then the Satya wants sustainability.
You shouldn't be using that words and that grammars when they came off the 360 generation, there's no way they should have went we're profitable to sustainable now. That's bullshit. They should have sustained that freaking influx of the clientele. And like, how do you run a business like that? And like I said before, if Xbox didn't have the Microsoft behind it, they would have did the Sega thing and they would have went away. The only reason that Xbox is still here is because they have $1 trillion company behind them. That's the truth, and that's the hard, truth. Some people may not want to hear it, but that's the only reason that Xbox is still here. As much as people may not want to hear that, if this was any other company, if Nintendo did this, if even Sony did some PlayStation, they'd be done. They'd be done. And that's a sad truth.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this quote here. But you're right. He did. He did. Where was it? I'm trying to get his quote now. Yeah, they were asking him if sustainable, and he's like, "I guess you don't know." Oh man, where is it? I had this friggin' quote. Where is it? I want to see exactly what he said. Where is this thing? So basically, he was saying that he was saying like, I guess you don't know what the numbers are and things like that, but you can look at what and he also threw like what you said. He threw that they had the financial backing or the Microsoft money and stuff like that. And again, it's really weird. He's like, oh, they could be burning money. What did he say? He goes, damn it. Get you guys talk. I gotta find this thing. Talk about what you said today about the Game Pass sustainability. Hold on.
Yeah,
I gotta find it.
That's just. Quote. I think if you look from generation to generation, in their fourth console,
You're my number one customer.
From, they're saying 20 years you've been around. You look from where they started to where they are now, and basically, it's like, how do we get here? How do we really go from starting up this console, wouldn't be in the PC space, because that's basically what it was. We didn't want PlayStation to dominate because PlayStation 2 was dominating, to go on to 360 and really taking the market, and everybody had eyes on them. And a lot of people, they were kind of like a test dummy in a sense, or crash test dummy. But a lot of people took a lot of ideas they had and said, yo, this is good. Let's run with it. Yo, this is good. We can do this better. And then you go to your next generation. You're cocky as hell. You come out, you make all these statements about online all the time and TV this, TV that. We're going to put this camera in the box. You make a lot of dumb moves. You don't learn from it. And you consistently through your years, your console generation from the Xbox One until now, you just don't learn. You just don't learn.
I think they're going to go out of the console base just because, I'm not saying they'll change the form factor, maybe have like a Fire, like an Amazon Fire Stick, I think they're not going to be in a console thing. I think this is their last one. I don't think they're going to do another one. I think because everything that they do, the word Game Pass is in. Like every tagline, everything that they do.
I can't deal with it.
And xCloud's the next thing. That's the
xCloud and all this other crap.
That's why
so
the
like,
future, it's not going to be the same pass that we had. That's why I said it's like after 2016, Xbox has not been Xbox. Like 20 years of Xbox, it's changed drastically since 2016. And the next future, it's really going to be all over the place. And I just want to say, shout out to the Game Night 123. He says, didn't Greeny say that Game Pass was not a big profit? Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Anybody with any common sense would.
Here's the Phil Ness right here. Right, here's the quote right here. So, they ask him here, are people saying, people who say that's not sustainable in order to basically get you the money that you otherwise get, say, for selling Starfield for $60, the people who say it's not sustainable or not cost effective, they're just wrong. And then he says, yeah. And this is what he says. Look how coy he is, man. Phil Ness at his finest. Yeah. I mean, you could do the math on Game Pass. I guess you don't know how many subscribers or how much each subscriber is paying, but you can make some fairly informed decisions and literally just do the math on what we think Game Pass could eventually be. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you mean eventually be? We're talking about right now. But you could do that on any part of the business. But absolutely, Game Pass is sustainable. First off, he's being Phil Ness about the whole, you don't know how many subscribers or how much they're paying, but we if you just do the math, we think it could be eventually, so what its potential could be. Why you're still talking potential? What is it now? That's why they're completely writing off now, looking for what this can be. And I think what we were talking about earlier is that this Halo in here, being this game thrown in here with that battle pass, they have 250,000 people playing right now. They're fishing, they're chumming the water looking for whales. They want to try to get that person that goes, hey, look what I can do. I had a good game. I'm going to buy that battle pass. I want that right knee pad for $10. Hey, you see the store? I'll show it to you after the stream. $20 for a suit of armor and a helmet.
And you know what? People pay for it. So why are people?
Wait. Hold on. Is this microtransactions you're talking about? $20?
Yeah, for a suit.
Hell no.
Yeah.
There's a store, Frog. There's a whole store.
And they're going to make a lot of money off of it. They are.
Oh, they are.
They're going to make
Call of Duty. Call of Duty and Fortnite
guaranteed.
make a lot of money.
The plan and bank that they're doing is make more people play these games, so we have more opportunities to possibly convert them into buying the microtransactions and the battle pass. So it's like, hey, take these flyers out. I want, just put 10 of them out. That's not going to work. But if you go out and go put 1,000 flyers out, 5,000, 10,000, you have a better chance of getting something back in return. So you're increasing your sample size with the potential that people are going to buy. And guess what? You're putting it on platforms where people are used to that. They're not used to that on consoles. That's why he knew that those whales were dried up on Xbox. They live on mobile. They live on PC. He's fishing where he thinks the whales are. And that's why by taking this hit right now and putting this game out, with whatever effort they put into this game, they want to have more people, especially on those platforms, cloud with mobile and PC, the dudes that are used to getting games for free to play, let's play, and used to microtransactions. Oh, I'll buy that outfit. Yeah, I'll buy that armor. That was cool. And that's the game plan for this. And as for a console, a traditional person that just wants a game, a game that we used to play, screw you. You weren't, maybe, we're done with you. Buy if you want. But we're really focused on the model of selling to the whales. We want that person to sign up for Battle Pass. Even as sleazy as their Battle Pass is right now, with very slow progression, and I already see Reddit, etc., and all the other people starting to complain, because I think the honeymoon is going to drive itself out. And I think in the next day or so, you're going to see people going like, well, wait a second. Okay, that was a fun game, but like, why am I on level 2? Wait, the honeymoon, the beer goggles are going to fall off.
They're going to dwindle off the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Unless they change, the system to XP. They need to change it to XP. That's it. They need
Season 2. Maybe they'll do it. But like,
you have to
get there.
Come back.
What are you saying?
You gotta. So you gotta have a reason for somebody to come back. You can't just do it levels. You gotta make them feel like what they did was rewarded. And I heard you earlier saying that you did all this and all that, and you didn't. All you did was get a level up or whatever. You didn't
I'm on
really.
level 1 still. Play 2 hours because in my dailies, you'll see.
I don't want to play for 2 hours and get shoulder
Dude, you'll
pads.
see
That would piss me off.
You'll see the cycle. Whereas it's like finish 1 out of 2 games, and you'll finish 1 game, and if that's the cycle of your weekly or daily, you will just get a half bar fill, and it will just say thank you for playing. And that game you get 0. You get 0 experience because you played 1 out of 2 games, and you didn't do like 5 headshots, or you didn't play the proper game mode that was in your weekly. If you don't like it, you're welcome to buy a consumable to swap out your weekly. Otherwise, that slot's going to be taken up. Now, if you buy a battle pass, you'll get another slot with a potential for getting a weekly. So if you look at a weekly challenge, and that weekly challenge is something that you don't do or you can't do, and I heard they get progressively harder. That's what it says. So as you do these challenges, they're going to get harder. And when they get harder to complete, you go slower to level up, which makes you want to pay for levels, maybe.
That's it. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, pay for the XP.
Yeah, because it's like do 5 headshots, right? Or 5 headshots. Okay, you do 5 headshots, you get 100 XP. Now the next one's do 15 headshots, or this one, or do 15 headshots with this pistol, or do 15 headshots with this. It gets progressively harder, they said, to with the challenges. Now, if you don't like that challenge, you could pay to swap it out, because those consumables, which you get in the battle pass, you could pay $2 of real world money and get a XP boost. Booster. Or you get a swappable for $2. So for $2, now you could do this. It's funny because I looked at the Windows Central article, and you want to talk about people that I just don't know who proofreads this stuff over there. But somebody put a guide on how to level up fast in Halo Infinite. I almost fell out of my friggin' chair. Actually, I almost fell off the toilet bowl because I was taking a shit when I saw this. I almost fell off the fucking toilet bowl.
Oh, come on, bro.
Wow.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm going to shit on my feet.
What's the bright side of it? Is there any bright side to this game or no?
It's free.
I guess the biggest bright side is it's free and it's more Halo. We haven't had a Halo game for how long, and I think that's why a lot of people they're biting at they're biting at the chance to play a Halo game, and so they'll take anything. Because I feel like I'm like that. Like, I want something from Xbox. Oh shit, it's Halo. I'm gonna get it. And it was like that with Gears 4. It was like that with Gears 5. And I'm hoping that this game can hit on a lot of aspects. I don't think at launch it's going to. I think this game at launch needs to be that game. But it is, as much as I don't think this game will not get reviewed well, because I think this game is very casual. I think it's a different type of game. I think it is more pick up and play friendly than it used to be. So I see like a lot of I see a lot of the Fortnite and the Apex Legend guys, the free to play guys, just jumping in this and be like, oh, it's Halo, cool. I've never played one. And they'll get in there and they'll do fuck shit, and they just worry about their challenges, and you'll lose a game because they're doing that. And I think that I think the most enjoyment you're going to find, and this, I don't know why this is becoming a thing with Xbox, because we keep saying this. The most enjoyable thing is you're going to find is fun with friends.
With the phone friends.
So I know you've heard that so many times, but that's how I think you're going to enjoy this game, with your friends.
Frog, here's the article. Halo Infinite, how to get XP fast and rank up in Battle Pass. Here's how you can quickly get access to everything Halo Infinite seasons have to offer. Wait to the part that you did that. I know, people. Yes, I'm sorry. I was a little gross. I did shit. I did not shit on my feet. It was an expression, but I would have shit. Whatever. I'm not gonna explain myself. But anyway, so here we go. Here's the stats. This is how you level up fast. This is how you level up fast in Halo. This is the insider knowledge, right? Here we go. It goes, grind weekly challenges. The best way to earn XP fast in Halo Infinite. Hold the phone. Where's my siren? The best way? Excuse me? Who's proofreading this? The only way, that's more like it, to earn XP fast in Halo is to grind the game's weekly challenges which give you large chunks of XP when you finish them. 100 to 200 XP when it takes over 1,000 to get it. So that's 10 games of 100. How wonderful. That's a chunk. These challenges typically require you to get kills with a specific weapon or vehicles, play specific game modes, which you have no control over because you cannot just play team deathmatch unless you want to do customs because the game automatically just puts you in whatever randomized mode it wants. You have no control over what type of game you want. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like
free to play.
You go in there and it's basically like you go in there, you go into the game mode, and it just randomly puts you into eyeball or
exactly.
Or King
you
of the
can't
Hill
choose.
Or whatever.
So if your weekly challenge says you got to play, okay, sorry, what did you say?
Oh no, my bad. I was asking, is that a beta? Is that a beta thing? Like, is that?
No, I think that's a standard. I think that's going to be a standard thing.
Did they just don't even choose what type of match you want to do?
No, you could choose whether you want to do small matches, Slayer and Oddball on the small maps of the 7 of them, or big team battle.
Small, big, or ranked. That's it.
Wow, super
So
wow.
they just throw a playlist into a bunch of different things.
Exactly.
Like
So if you have a weekly challenge that says you must play, what is it? Do something in Stronghold. Well, guess what?
You got to wait till Stronghold comes up.
you got to wait for that match for that to come up to get the challenge.
Oh,
And you got to hope that you do well
because
on
you
it.
have to wait for that mode.
Exactly.
So they're trying to force dependency. Then they're trying to.
What it
They're
sounds
trying
like.
to force you to build a relationship with the game.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I said I think they want to be Destiny, but I think that time is
There's
coming.
nowhere near
gone.
Destiny. This is
no.
a friggin' this is a slap in the ass, slap in the booty
They
hole.
want to be Destiny because I guarantee the way they're going to do their story mode, because they call it Infinite, is you're going to get next year. We're going to get something that's story mode related to Infinite. You're not going to, 10 years. There's not going to just be multiplayer. It's going to be story, just like Destiny 2 and Destiny 1. It's kept
I know
kept
that
going.
campaign is going to be another grind to my gears. But we got to finish the strategy guide. We got to finish the strategy guide. Ready? So we're not done. Wait a second. So eventually you'll run out of. Here we go. However, the trade-off is that they're most rewarding and will give you huge amounts of XP if you finish them. Right? So we look and it's like 200, 300. When you look at the leveling up system,
that's not a lot of XP.
That's not a lot of XP. When you need for each level, you need 1,000. All right.
Yeah, that's
eventually you'll run out of weekly challenges, and you'll be given an ultimate challenge to do. Finishing this challenge rewards you with even more XP and a unique cosmetic that's independent of the battle pass. Following this, you'll have to wait for Halo Infinite's weekly reset before you get more weekly challenges.
So you grind for the week, and if you get all your shit done in a week, you can't get any more. See, I have a problem with that.
That's it.
I do have a problem with that.
If you had XP, you still be earning XP, but with this system, you can finish those shits, and then you'll have to wait a week until they give you something else to do.
Exactly.
And
duration time between the challenge.
What pisses me off about this is I watched Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 change and rapidly change. And they had these problems at the beginning. And if 343 couldn't look, and I know a lot of guys at Microsoft played Destiny because they always talk about, if you didn't fucking look at what Bungie was doing with Destiny, you should have picked up, oh shit. They went away from that because they were like, oh shit, people are knocking this shit out and nothing to do. So that the fact that they developed this game and they let this shit happen in the game that took them 5 years to develop. That's a shame that this happened. You watch Destiny go through the same thing. You watch Destiny go through the same thing. You shouldn't let it happen.
Then daily challenges are less difficult and generally require you to finish a certain number of games, given solid XP. So I finished a game and I got 0 XP because I was 1 of 2. So like it just went up to 1. So I had to play another game and then I was 2 of 2 and I got my 200 XP. So it took 2 games to get 200 XP, but I had to get to 1,000. So I paid over 2 hours and I only got to level 1. I'm just on the cusp of level 2. So this is the strategy guide though. This is the joke that I'm laughing at this thing. So wait, so this is the best way to earn XP. Okay. The next way is by buying consumables like the XP boosts. When you're grinding weekly challenges, it's beneficial to use XP boost consumables that could get from the battle pass or the boost and swap pack bundles, which are in the store and cost 200 credits, which is about $2. These consumables double your XP gains for 30 minutes. Oh shit, 30 minutes, $2. It's like freaking, anyway.
Damn.
Meaning that once you complete a handful of weekly challenges, you'll get a massive amount of XP, especially for the weekly challenges that are difficult ones on their own. Now, while using XP Boost, it will improve the XP gains from your dailies. It's decently effective. We recommend saving them for the weeklies, though. You can only get so many XP boosts from the Battle Pass before you run out. If you need to buy more, you could buy Phil Spencer bucks anytime. Now, wow, this is so amazing. How else can I level up? What is the ultimate thing? Well, guess what, guys? Here we go.
Bullshit.
Guess
like
what,
Toys R Us
guys?
Jerry dollars.
The last part of the strategy guide. Here it comes. Get ready. Lube up that hand because the whole fist is going up your ass. The last part of the strategy guide. Just pay your way. Woohoo!
All right.
Wow.
Just
And you know, a lot
buy
of people are gonna do
credits.
that. A lot of people are going to do that.
They're a subscription-based model game right now. So do you think they're going to give you a high XP? They're going to drown it out as much as they can. So you buy more.
I think that's going to hurt the game, though. I think
stuff.
ultimately that
No,
does
there
hurt the
really
game.
is. Really is.
That's the real
Because
plan.
It's not as rewarding as everybody else doing the same thing, or a different type of way though. I mean, you play Call of Duty, there's rewards in that open world game. You play fucking Fortnite, there's rewards in that shit. With this, it seems like you're just fighting to not spend money on stuff that you shouldn't have to spend money on, that you should be earning just by playing. Now you got to do missions. You don't only got to play. You got to concentrate on the mission they want you to do. Some people just want to play.
You get nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
Get nothing for
King,
really
you get
playing.
nothing. You don't even get a credit for 100 XP for just standing there. You get nothing. You could have a kill streak. They show you medallions. I hit a warthog with a hammer, killed 3 guys flying all over the place. Frog captured a flag 3 times, led the leaderboards 22 and 10. You got 0.
Yep.
He was just on the leaderboard. He got whatever
I got
XP the
nothing for
daily
that.
and the weekly challenges. You got nothing. So and now that decentivizes you in the game to do anything because all you're worried about
it really wonkas you.
is your 5 headshots. That's all you're worried about because you got to do your weekly is the 5 headshots. You don't care if they captured a flag. You don't care if you die a billion times. You don't care if you're playing with a team. All you do is get your headshot, especially if you spent real money on the Battle Pass. $10 for the Battle Pass. You got to get your money's worth. No wonder that, and also they extended the season out to May or something like that.
When you spend $10, what are you spending it on? What do you
You're
mean?
buying the premium Battle Pass, which unlocks another slot for your
hell
weeklies.
no.
But you get,
hell no,
yeah, you're basically
I'm not buying. I'm not
100
buying it.
levels. Wait a second, 100 levels of Master Chief armor, some consumables, some color skins, and that's what you get in your Battle Pass. There's a free tier that you get every 10 levels, and then or every 5 levels, and then there is the premium tier where you get something at each level. But
and anybody, and I'm gonna say something. Anybody that doesn't have a problem with this, I hope that you're playing the game. You're spending your hard-earned money on this game to validate our point. Because if you're not playing the game, you're not spending your money on it, and you're saying that we don't know why we're complaining. I don't expect to hit any of you guys that are talking so-called Halo fans. You know, those born in Halo fans in 3D. I don't get it because this is a problem. This is a problem. It's been said like this. The way that you consume your XP and you get the XP is not a good thing, and I think that can ultimately hurt the game. I really do.
Frog, the third option to the strategy guide. I'll let you go, Social. Let me read the third option because this is how to level up in Halo. There's 3 options. So the last one, he says, a third option to people who don't mind using real money is simply buying Battle Pass levels.
Oh my God!
Each level costs you 200 credits, which is $2 in real money. Note,
you know how many people are going to buy that?
Wait, well, first off, we didn't even look at the content that they're offering. Dude, it's pretty lame. Note that you can only buy Halo Infinite credits in increments of $500 credits. So you can't just buy. See, Frog, this is the Xbox Live points back again. This is the point system.
Transaction.
So you have to have at least a $5 transaction to get 2. And let me ask you something, Mr. Dave and Busters. Let's see. If it's 200 a level and you only let me buy it in 500 levels, that means I'm short $1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Phil, you fucker. You fucker. Yeah, Phil. So I can't buy 3 levels for 1 transaction. I only could buy 2 levels, but I'm halfway to the other level. Oh, you sneaky bitch. Oh, you sneaky bitch.
Yeah, super sneaky.
Oh man, you finessed us forward and backward. And then here you go. Meaning you can't just buy enough for one level. This can get pretty expensive very quickly, especially since there are 100 levels in each battle pass. Because of this, we don't recommend this way of leveling up. And thank you, Battle Pass. Thank you, guide reviewer, because this shouldn't even be in the friggin' guide. Because this is just pay to play.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, it's free, everybody.
I can hear my son in the other room. He's playing it right now. He's fucking raging because people are just fucking. They're not. And this is my biggest problem with this game, and I've had it.
This is the problem.
Oh my god, so many fucking people that I've played with today don't know how to play fucking Halo. Like I watch people in this game.
They're doing it for the dailies and the weeklies. They're not doing it to play
That's
Halo.
all they're fucking doing. And I had I'm like capturing the flag. I'm doing the objective. Motherfuckers are sitting on the map trying to just kill people. And I'm like, what the? It was so frustrating. And my son is in there freaking out because he's having the same problem I'm having. Like when you play an objective-based game mode, you do that objective. He's like, no, people are not going for the flag. They're sitting on the board trying to get headshots, and this is what we said was going to happen. We said this was going to happen. And I'm just like, damn, this is a problem. You can do dailies, but you got to have an XP system that's different than the dailies. You do.
Right. All the signs are there. Get rid of XP, right? Slower progression, make you pay more just to get better progression.
No,
you don't feel any accomplishment for going forward or trying to progress through the game.
Because it's like, what's the point of me trying to level up? And I can go through a game like Jess said, go 20-8, dominate the map, get all these flags, and get nothing for it. Nothing. That's frustrating.
To me, it feels like they're trying to kick out the regular Halo fans to get in these casual guys who would like to play for this type of bullshit.
Exactly. And that's why they're putting it on PC and phone. They don't know anything.
I don't see Halo fans. I really don't see real Halo fans wanting to do this. They used to see the real progression in their games. And I don't know.
I know, it's crazy.
I'm laughing at it because I knew it was going to be. I mean, there's no such thing as a company like Microsoft giving away.
You're my number one customer.
It got to be some kind of catch to it, and we're seeing the catch now.
That's right. Game Night 1, 2, 3. That's eerie similar to how Ubisoft handles Assassin's Creed's microtransaction bullshit. Oof. You bet. A big oof. Thank you, Game Night 1, 2, 3. Exactly. And never go full Ubisoft. Thank you for the reminder. Don't go full Ubisoft, and don't go. And definitely when Phil Ness hands you donuts, be careful to check him for friggin' Phil Ness cream inside because he got you. Because this is what the problem is, and you're right, Thresh. The challenge here is that this, and you know what? My thing is that it's not even the XP and leveling up like the satisfying thing, but the problem is that it's changing the way people are going to play the game. Because if you're not getting rewarded or leveling up for your actions in the game, then your actions are not going to do, you're not going to do anything. You go into the game knowing it doesn't matter if I get a bunch of kill streaks. There's no kill streaks. There's no rewards for being an MVP, for capturing the flag. Like, you even think, look at what they're doing in Call of Duty. After you win, they do a zoom in of your character, you know, to kind of sell you, hey, like, here's your customization and cool animation and all that other stuff. But if you're not getting rewarded in that and leveling up, you level up your guns in Call of Duty. You level up your characters in Call of Duty.
Yes.
You're leveling up yourself in Call of Duty. Same thing with Battlefield. Every time you finish a game, it's like you got a new unlockable. You got a new character. You got a new equipment. You got a new attachment. You got this new. You got this new. And you're like, woohoo. Like, let me change my loadout out. Let me change this around. You finish this game. You get nothing. And then let's talk about the content. You're not getting any new equipment. You're not getting any new guns. You're not getting anything. All you're getting is skins. You're getting a mask. You're getting, it's not even, this battle pass is not even, there's no leveling up in the game to begin with. That's the problem. Like, I understand if you want to give a battle pass that has cosmetics and make money that way, but you don't even have a leveling up system that has unlockables to make me want to progress through the game, to maybe get new equipment or maybe get new abilities or maybe level up something or maybe get new attachments. I don't know, do something. But this is the one-all and be-all leveling up system. It's all this through the battle pass. There's no other option. Even if you look at that other game, what's the other one we play? Splitgate. Dude, you get all the different skins, the guns, and you don't have to pay the game. Plus, it has like 30 maps on it. and all different game
Yeah.
modes. This
There's a
is
lot of
enough.
depth to
I
that
think
game.
the reason why they didn't do a Halo reveal like they should have is because there is no campaign. The only campaign that's in this game is just clearing out a compost, moving on to the next one.
What they showed.
Clear this one out. There's no
Ooh.
set pieces anymore. They haven't shown anything as far as how the old Halos used to be.
Yep.
I mean,
You see, that's what Halo used
you
to
don't
be.
say we're going to do a campaign reveal tomorrow morning at fucking 8 a.m. and watch, and it's 3 minutes long or whatever it was. 5 minutes, however long. Yeah,
It's well again.
Okay.
They basically they Frankensteined Halo, and this is the biggest problem. And everybody's celebrating it. The honeymoon is here, but when the smoke clears and dust settles, this is what you're left with. And I know people say, well, it's not ready at launch. They might fix it. What are they going to fix? I just gave you the roadmap of how Phil Spencer and company are going to make their money on you. It's a free-to-play game. You think they're going to go, oh, we heard you in January. You get XP for everything now. Fly through our battle pass. And then they can't come out with the content fast enough. They extended the season 1. Okay? So basically, they don't want you to go through this. And the other reason is that their battle passes are not timed. Their battle passes, what they're putting in their battle passing is nostalgia. This is called the Reach one. So the armor that you're unlocking in this battle pass is from Halo Reach. Again, rubbing those nostalgia balls.
Wow, yeah, I see it. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Wow.
Oh yeah,
I
let
just
me show
realized
you
that.
let me show you what's in it actually, because this is your future.
So
This
wait,
is
you can
Halo.
look at the battle pass before you even buy it, right?
Oh yeah, just like all the other ones.
Okay. Oh, there's not a lot of good stuff in this one. I'm looking at it.
No, I'll show you what the premium stuff is.
It's all cosmetics, right? Cosmetics.
Oh yeah,
It's all it's all cosmetic, yeah.
I think there's like a flaming skull or something like that. Here we go. Halo's first legendary skin is $20. Here's the there's the store too.
Yeah, I see it.
Here's your store. Here it is. Here, this is the store.
They should give you guns at least. Something alters the game.
Look, I can make my Warthog and thing blue for $15.
Yeah, I see that.
I can get this
They got
helmet
the
here for
Enigma.
$1,000. That's
Damn.
$10.
So hold on. Okay, I was about to ask that translates to $10, right?
Yes. So 200 is $200 is $2. 500 is $5. 2,000 is $20. This is the store.
So the battle pass is $10, but the
$10.
premium is $28.
Yeah, where's the?
Hmm.
So this is the first premium skin. This armor set. Does that look? That doesn't look like that. It's $20. Like I mean, the Spartans though. Like there's only so much you can do with the Spartans. Like they got Fortnite has this crazy stuff. Even Call of Duty has like the Scream character in it and things like. Are they gonna do that to this? They're gonna have like Santa Claus running around with a Halo. You're gonna be fighting Santa Claus soon. Like I don't know, but this is the store. Like, look at this. This is $1,000. The Enigma armor. Do you know what the sad part is? And again, this is like what you guys were saying. This Enigma helmet. These were unlockable in Halo 3, Halo DST. These were skill, like the flaming helmet. Like all that stuff was unlockable with a normal level progression that was in those games. You would get new armor.
You shouldn't have to pay for that stuff. You should get the progression.
They did the same
game.
thing in Gears, dude. Remember the curb stomp was $5. Remember in Gears 5? They monetized all the executions. And this is the future.
Right.
It's better now than what it was, right? And then you say, well, get with the times. Get with the times. Do you see the sneaky shit that they're doing to your gameplay to get with the times? I don't care. If you don't touch the gameplay and make the game what it was, you can monetize the shit out of it on the back end. That doesn't affect me. But when you manipulate the game with weekly challenges and XP that change the way people play the game, then you go fuck yourself. Because now you're manipulating the game. And this is what I said before 3 years ago on this channel. You make the game for the gamer. You don't make the game for the service. And that's the problem that I've had with Microsoft since this bullshit in 2016. This Game Pass stuff is Game Pass, and subscription gaming is changing the types of games that they're making. This is why I do this show, because this grinds my gears, because they are changing what they're making to substantiate a service and changing the games that we grew up with, that we play, that we find value in, and turning it into sleazy bullshit like this. That's what I don't like. And the quality is questionable as
Quality's
well.
gone. Yeah, it's gone.
The quality is questionable as well. And wait, I want to get to the where is that? Yeah, what's in the first battle pass? There it is. Is this it? It's like one image. Yeah, this is it. Here you go. No, that's not it. Is this it?
Look at how many weapons we unlocked in Battlefield Jazz in the time
I
that
know,
we
right?
played.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
We didn't get a pop-up saying you have to pay for this. Oh, you need points. You need to pay for that.
Yeah, but those games are basically. That's the thing. Those games are basically, yeah, you're paying for those games, but you're getting that stuff. Somebody will be like, well, this is what you get for free to play. I didn't ask for Halo free to play. When I finished Halo 5, I wasn't like, you know what Halo needs to be next year or the next one? It needs to be free. I never said that. I don't think anybody ever came off Halo 5 going, yo, Agent Locke, I didn't like the story. Halo needs to be free to play. I don't think anybody came back with that feedback. This is purely because Satya and Phil Ness want to have their bullshit. That's why this went free to play. This wasn't feedback from the community. Nobody wanted a free to play Halo. Nobody wanted a watered down.
Xbox fans pay for the content if they say it's free and I could play for Xbox, play it online for free. Do you think they're going to buy the microtransactions? They don't buy. They're going to just try to do the free to play and don't even care about the rest.
Yeah. Here we go. Halo Infinite fans slam awful battle pass system. That's it. The honeymoon's over. That's 2 hours ago. Now they're missing tiers how to fix, so you get missing. Yeah, well, they made sure that battle pass. That's why they stealth dropped it today to ride the momentum of their 20-year, and they gave you a Trojan horse. Yeah, battle pass early, right before Thanksgiving. Yeah, there you go. Where the hell, Frog? Do you have the image? Where the hell is the image of what's in the first season of the battle pass?
I'm looking at.
I think.
Oh shit! Where did I see it at? I just saw it. Hold on.
Because I want to show you what you get for $10. But this XP stuff is beyond the battle pass. Like I could care less about this stuff, but this is the kind of stuff that they're putting in it.
What'd you say, Thrash? You were gonna say something.
Yeah, I'm looking for.
What was I going to say? I was going to say it was something about
There was somewhere I just saw.
I think they brought it out earlier because Battlefield and Call of Duty, they didn't want them to get a set.
Yeah.
Amount of people
they didn't want people to get
That makes
comfortable.
sense.
They didn't want people to get too comfortable on those things.
Oh.
Yep. I
That
thought
makes
so
sense.
too. Yeah. Kind of disruptive.
So that
a little bit. Here it
multiplayer
is. I
out there
found it.
between Call of Duty and Battlefield, and then say, okay, our campaign is coming at the end of. What the hell is this?
Here's the premium battle pass. Here it is. So 100 rewards to
I can't see
earn.
right.
Here it is. The Heroes of Reach. So basically it's the characters from Reach. Yeah. This is what's gets you for $10, and you gotta level up to 100 to get hundreds of rewards. So let's get a closer look here. See what these things are. See?
They're forcing you to play the game different than what a shooter is supposed to be.
That's the biggest problem. Yeah. Get 5 headshots with a pistol. I don't like playing with the pistol. I want to play with the well, it's like, get like 5 heat seeker kills. Well, guess what? You got to find the gun. Maybe it's on the map, maybe it's not. Then you got to get that heat seeker gun. Then you got to get 5 kills. Like you're on your individual mission. You could be playing Capture the Flag or Oddball and just be like, I got to get 5 heat seeker kills to get 100 levels. You know? And then this is the battle pass for $10. Like this is the kind of stuff you get. Like, look, like they really need to you get this AI guy, flaming shoulder pads.
Bro, is this the direction that you want the game to go? No. Like for you personally?
No, because I said I'm gonna play it. Are you talking Thrash?
Frog, no. If this is what he wants in Halo.
Hell no. No, not the direction this is not the direction I want to go. Hell no. Not with the battle pass and the way you earn. No, this is definitely not the way I want this game to go. But I think they're going this direction because they look at Fortnite and the success and all these other free-to-play shooters, and they figure we can capitalize because the name Halo and Master Chief, so we can capitalize on this. And I don't want it to go like this. As a matter of fact, I think Jez asked me if I was going to buy the Battle Pass, and I said, there's no way I'm buying this Battle Pass, not knowing what I'm getting in the future. I'll level the stuff up as it goes. But I guess my biggest thing with the multiplayer is if they don't change this XP system,
Whatever your name is,
or shape
get
or
ready for
form
the big
to be somewhat
surprise.
better, I don't know how. I don't know how they keep players here and invest it with their time when there's so many other shooters out there in the market. Call of Duty is a year thing. Yeah, they say it's going to be a 10-year, but Call of Duty goes for a whole year and another one comes out. Battlefield will probably do the same thing. It'll last for a year and another one comes out. They have to be competitive in that market space, and they're only on, PC and console. Oh, I'm sorry, one console and PCs. Yeah, they're going to get a lot of people to jump in, but this is definitely not the way I think you need to do it. I think you definitely have to take a different approach. This is supposed to be their marquee and marquee and IP franchise that's supposed to be like the king of the kings. You can't come out like this and say this is what we're doing our battle pass. This is the way we're leveling up, and expect people just to stay there with you. No.
I want to thank Suprema Gardner for subscribing to the Grindhouse. Thank you. Welcome to the Grindhouse. But yeah, you know what's funny? Somebody wrote in the chat, they go, the flaming animation here is going to tank your frame rate. Imagine ever going against a bunch of people with flaming helmets and it's like your frame rate drops you get. Oh, and how fair is that when somebody has a flaming skull as for a headshot? Is that fair? Or is that a more advantaged skin to have a better advantage? Like somebody can't find your head within the flames.
All right.
I don't know, dude. Like I don't know. This whole thing, and again, this is a battle pass. People want to do it. I agree. With a lot of people in chat, just give me a decent leveling up system. Because the problem is not only that I want to feel good and get a level 5 and level 8. That's not the main point. The main point is that the motivation of the game is influenced because the dailies and the weeklies, which are going to see, what weapons people are going to use. People are not going to do the objectives. And that's why I know when I play with Frogs, man, we play Call of Duty. He hates team deathmatch. Why? Because he wants to play objective games.
Yeah. I want to play objective-based games. I don't want people sitting in corners just trying to kill me all day. The objective-based modes.
And what are they doing, Frog? Why are they sitting in corners killing you all day in deathmatch? What are they trying to do?
They're going for their challenges.
And they're going for what? Their kill streaks. So they could call in all their kill streaks and stuff like that. So people camp in the corners and get their kill streak things because that's the driver of Call of Duty. The fun part of Call of Duty is the kill streaks, and
right.
That's the thing. So people are doing that, but when you got to get out there and get your objective done, you lose. Like you lose XP and you gain XP. Every game has it. You get XP for just doing stuff in the game, and actually. Yeah, sorry.
Just be here. Oh no, my bad. I'm interrupting you. I'm over here, and my bad. Go ahead.
No, get what you're saying. I talked enough, man. I'm drank too much beer.
Nah, I agree with you. It's you gotta have something. You gotta have something to earn on every game for games like this, because once the match is over, the match is over. A lot of people leave the game after the match is over. You want to feel like you accomplished something in the game. If Halo, I mean, like I said, I haven't even downloaded it yet. I've been going all day, but if it's like how you guys are saying, it's a laugh, but also a sad face at the same time because it's like we knew that they were going to ruin this game. We knew when we heard about free to play that was going to be the main thing that they wanted to do with the game, and we knew when we saw Craig that they weren't putting the effort that they should be putting in a marquee game like Halo. And
not on their box too, Thrash.
Say that again.
If it's on the Series X box too.
Yeah, right. If the teraflops,
all the talk about power hasn't been shown in Forza or fucking Halo. Forza Horizon 4 looks just as pretty as Forza Horizon 5 does. I don't see.
That's what everybody keeps saying. Yeah, I keep hearing the same thing.
I mean, I play them both at the same time. Like how you can do quick resume and all that. I mean, I'm playing them both at the same time. Like, yeah, this is. I don't really see that much of a difference at all. In fact, Forza Horizon 5 has more pop in than Forza Horizon 4. So
you can't that volcano.
Oh yeah, I don't know why people don't want to do that, but I think it would have got some points if motherfuckers was doing screenshots while they're hovering over a fucking volcano and making a jump. And awesome.
I would jump that shit in a heartbeat. Are you kidding?
Yeah, no problem. Like, what the fuck? What was the first thing I tried to do? I swore. I was so disappointed because I swore amongst the gaming gods that there would be a fucking ramp or there would be a part of the cliff that you can, obviously see that you jump over the fucking lava with this. Why would they even make a fucking volcano otherwise? And when I go and I'm looking, I see a fucking puddle, a lake, I see a nothing. And then there's a mission where you talk to somebody and you see lava, but you don't do anything with it. You just jump off the side of the volcano. You don't jump over the lava. So it's like I just can't, man. for that. But with Halo, it's always all the way what I predicted. If I do an analysis, it wouldn't even be on the details because I'm pretty sure it's the same detail problems that's in the demo that we have right now. I would look more into the microtransactions, the physics, getting more physics with it. But I mean, just looking at the system itself, I already knew the system was going to be horrible when they had the beta, the closed beta. They had a store in that.
Jeez.
So
they did. And I bought everything in the store because like they wanted to test out the battle pass. They gave you free money and stuff. They gave you like $30.
Right, they did.
Yeah,
they did. They wanted to see how many people was going to do what they were going to buy.
Yeah,
test for that too.
They gotta make sure.
I mean,
that
you got
works.
these fucking you got these bodies that are made to hold different parts of armor. Like it's not even a whole armor. It's like just parts that you can buy and make them look different and customize them. That's nice, but it's a first-person shooter, and if you don't have fucking XP, if you don't have, you're missing all these things. You don't even have finishing moves and fatalities and shit like that.
There's
like,
no
you don't,
assassinations.
Yeah. But where's your cool shit? Your store is nice. Your store is ready to go. Why isn't your game? Where's all the shit that's going to keep me coming back?
You know what?
They don't realize it's very important.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that. I don't mean to cut you off. It's funny you say that because I was playing today and I got behind somebody. He didn't notice me, and I tried it. The first thing I tried to do was assassinate him, and I was like, "What the fuck? It's not working." And I was like, "Oh shit, it's not here." And I had to butt stroke him, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like that would have been a cool thing. Because I'm so used to doing it. It's like, how do you not? And see, this is the problem that the people who consider themselves these Xbox guys or these Halo guys, you should have these problems. It should not be acceptable day one. How do you take things? I'm a 20-year retired veteran. I've always said you can add to, but you never take away. You can add to, but you never take away. You shouldn't take away something that you said, okay, this is something we created. We put a stamp on it as 343. Don't take that away, improve on it, and make it better. Nope, you just take everything away and say, we're just going to give you a bare bones product so you can just get back into it, and we'll add stuff as it goes along. Something as stupid as, oh, you can play with your friends through the story. Oh, you can do freaking kill animations in a multiplayer. Why is it not there? And their excuse is, oh, well, we felt it impacted the game. And no, it's not ready. That's why. The game still needs some time to be.
Dude, this is a year delay, too. This is over a year delay. And there's still stuff not ready. I remember when when it was delayed last year, it was all like, take your time, make it the best it will be. And now to come a year later and to see that all the stuff that's not there at launch, they got 10 maps. You can't choose what game mode you want to play. Like, it just seems that it's like, it's just a quick cash grab. Like, it was a good deed to send this thing out and get the momentum, because this is probably the loudest voice that they're going to have. And I think it's so nice that we got a 117 watching now. We have Spartan 117 right now. Thank you again, Grind. Hit that like button. But I just see that right there. That was 116. Somebody left. They don't care about Master Chief. But the thing is like, it was smart because they rode the momentum of the 20 years and they were able to capitalize on it and drop Halo to come into the thing. But when you look at it, it's sort of like a Trojan horse, and the fact that they gave it to you now, we're playing it. I'm gonna go play it some more, get more. I want to explore some of the weapons because there's some different weapons in there. But that I want to see. There was one that was like a heat-seeking rocket thing where you would shoot it and it was like doof, 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 and it would just like lock on and stuff like that. So I want to see the new weapons that they put in the game. But it's just the seem that they handed this out as a goodwill. Here you go. But it's really, if you look at this pass and what the game is going to be, I got to say, like, I don't know. And given the complaints also about how the tactile lack of it feels with tactile with the weapons and the whole glowing up red and things like that with this whole visual that they decided to go with the shields, it doesn't feel very satisfying after coming off of the other two, like what Sick was saying earlier. And then, somebody said BDC, shout out, yeah, what's up? 6 years to make this, like, I hear, right? To say wait some more, I think it's a good deed. I'm glad that they put it out early. You know, maybe they'll fix it by December. Maybe they'll add some more stuff and they'll change it. But I don't think this XP system is going anywhere anytime soon. I think this is you could see the monopoly. You could see it. Like the reason why it's slow, it's weekly, swappable. It's like the battle pass is built for you to use those consumables and the 30 minutes of XP boost and also of these things. You know?
It's clear of it. Yeah. Where they're going forward.
It's clear.
It's not the Halo,
this is not like
it's not the Halo I want it to be.
Dude, this is not like it's rough. Like this is not like, oh yeah, we just didn't get the XP system in time, so bear with us for a few minutes. This is not like a transition period. No, this is the battle pass. Like this is their plan. You know? Like Silver, like this is the plan. Like this is not like, oh, this is a placeholder. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it in season 2. No.
That's not the vision I want the game to go.
No,
no.
I'll play it. I'll have it on my computer. I'll jump in. You know, again, it's free. But like, how long I'm gonna play it with the maps that and they were pretty extensive betas too. Like they pretty much showed us like 4 maps. There's only 7, so there's only 3 new maps that we're gonna play since the beta that we played that weekend. And then Big Team Battle, we played on one of the maps. There was only 2 more, and they kind of look the same aesthetics. So,
how long do you think the user base is going to stay with the game? We obviously know what direction they're going. Like, how long do you think they're going to stay with Halo if the direction that they're going? We all know what their direction they're going, but like, how long do you think?
I mean, I don't think it's going to stay. I don't think they're going to be able to stay long. They'll have some Halo people there. They'll have something new, so they'll come in. They'll come back for a little bit and leave. But if I don't see this trumping. Like it's been years, you know what I'm saying? I don't see it trumping the games that came out since. I don't see it trumping Destiny. I don't see it trumping Call of Duty. I don't see it trumping Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? Those are the crowds that they are aiming at. And when Call of Duty come out with their new Warzone map, that's when everything is going to be over for this type of game.
When did that come out?
I think it's in December. What I understand.
I'm not 2042, right? Right, King?
Huh?
For
you got
Battlefield 2042 for
PS5.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Have you had any? We haven't had any network issues with it. Have you?
No. When I first got it, when I very first got it, there was a couple of issues, but all I would do was just press out of it and then press into it again, and it'll work. So I haven't had any This is one of the best launches I've seen for Battlefield in a long time. As far as the connection issues, I don't see no rubber banding like we had in Battlefield 4.
Oh, yeah, true.
None of that crazy shit. Like it's actually did a better job. But no, I haven't had any. On my side, at least, I haven't had any issues. I can go to hardcore. It already has hardcore, so I'm happy.
That's good. Yeah. And know what else? The last thing I want to say this is I wish they add is that they needed I want a SWAT mode, a team SWAT, added to this, like with no shields. To get a little more like that feel of, without that crazy shield. Because I do feel that they did increase the time to kill with the shields. It seems like you're unloading a lot in the characters to.
Oh, you talking about for Halo?
Halo, yeah.
Yeah. To me, if you ask me, it's just easy to me. Well, at least when I played it, I felt like it was easy. Not the new, not. I mean, I'm talking about when I played the last beta or whatever. It was very easy to me. Like. There's a lot. I mean, I know the time to kill is there. I'm just saying that.
No, it's longer. It seems longer, or the weapons are weaker. Yeah,
you're my number one customer.
At least with your assault rifle, your assault rifle's taking a lot more. You almost have to do like a whole assault rifle and then maybe swap to your pistol for the last headshot. Yo, Optimus Backsword to $2. Get ready for the new Xbox World Order, dude. It's all over Twitter right now. But
what? What's all over Twitter?
Well, all the people going, Halo's back.
They always say. I mean, they act like Halo never left. Now Halo's back. You know what I mean? Like it's just the same people.
Yeah, I went on a whole tirade going with how people and I think I don't know if you were saying it. Somebody somebody was saying like how the internet thing seems to be to just trash on like Halo 5. And the other Forza, like destroy the previous one to make the new one look better.
Yeah, I was on Mooch's podcast together.
It was on Mooch's podcast. Yeah, like
I was talking to Xbot. Now he was saying like, "Oh, Forza,
yes, that's what it was."
And this is better. I'm like, well, you wasn't saying that when Forza Horizon 4 came out. It was a 92 Metacritic.
Yes,
you didn't say
anything.
It was trash. Yeah, so it's
I know.
That's the market.
Like
it's weird, man.
destroying Halo 5. Halo 5 was garbage. I'm like, look at what you're playing now. This is like a reboot right now. This is not even like a God of War reboot.
Nah, it's like
I don't even remember where I was. I know I heard
it. My bad.
No, that's fine. Now I'm glad you here to remind me because I would have been blank. I knew I heard it somewhere, but like, because I had the same thing. Like, I've just been thinking, I'm like, why are they like? And I said, Halo wasn't that bad to warrant this, but But with that, I want to thank you guys for coming in. I know I wanted to kind of do it early, like. We went a half hour. I wanted to do. I want to play some Halo, so I want to play some more because I had to do it while all that stuff was going on. So I'm gonna play probably another hour. So I'm gonna stream a little bit after this. But I want to thank Frogs, King Thrash, Sick Humor for coming on, and also Social. Thank you again. But yeah, you guys could do your outros. Let's go with Sick Humor left. You know where you can find him. A No Cap Podcast, and then King Thrash. I know you don't like to plug your channel, so do what you do, and you know where he is. And if you don't know, now you know. And anyway,
if you don't know, you shouldn't know.
You shouldn't know. That's right. Not now you know. That's a song. You don't. That's a Biggie. Yeah. You don't know, now you know.
You know.
That's right. I'll just spitting some rhymes. Yeah. Don't know if you know. I'll do my Biggie impression. But thank you again. Your Social, tell me where they can find you.
Follow me on Twitter, Social Destruct. Just give me a follow.
Nice. And then Frogs.
So you guys can find me Frog and Pepper on PlayStation, Frog and Pepper on Xbox, Frog's Dreams on Twitter. That's the only social media platform I have. It's probably not the best one to have, but that's the only one I have. Yeah, you guys can find me there playing some Halo, playing some other Xbox games, whenever they release games I want to play. You know, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this whole, since I got a Series X now, how I want to do my games. Because I don't mind playing back and forth here and there. But, I know that I like to play where the games are the best games are, not really necessarily just like, oh, I'm going to play here because I'm a fanboy. Hey, I'll play on either console from time to time, but if one console's giving me something the other one's doing, that's where I'm going to play. So let's hope Halo does it for me. I know Forza, I like racing games. Forza will probably do it to me until Gran Turismo comes out, and then I'll be sucked into that world. But yeah, good conversation. Good conversation.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, and again, we had a great reminiscing and stuff, but yeah, like Halo coming out, like we got to talk about like what it really is. Like that, I played a lot of it already. Maybe that's why the honeymoon period is really not long lasting for me, because I kind of was seeing this and I was hoping they fix it. But it is what it is. Hopefully they fix it. But they did a great job. Random Momentum, I do have to say, Xbox did a great job with their 20 years, and at least they had games to drop, and it wasn't just a bunch of heads talking and us walking without anything. Holy shit, what was that? But yeah, so yeah, I'm glad that they did what they did. Happy anniversary to them. Fix Halo Infinite. Don't make us do this XP thing. And fix a lot of the some of the quirks, the multiplayer, and we'll come back for the single player. We'll see what that is. But happy anniversary, and I want to thank the grinders. Let's go. We got 6 more likes. We get to 100 likes. Hopefully get by the end of the stream, and I want to thank everybody for their time. And I'm going to be streaming again Halo Infinite right after this. I'm going to switch computers and jump on probably for an hour or so and maybe get to level 2. Can't wait. Stay tuned. So thank you again, everybody. Talk to you guys later. Keep it locked here at the Gaming Grindhouse. Thank you to the new subs. Thank you to the new VIP grinders. And thank you to the grinders in general. And thank you to the panel.